What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. All right, check it out. We got the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo against the Denver Nuggets. But it's going to have to be Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., Gary Harris maybe, because his sidekick, Jamal Murray, is not playing this game, guys, which means the Heat Nuggets makes it kind of interesting. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. All right, so check it out. Jamal Murray is going to be out tonight. He's got a tweaked hamstring, which is huge because I'm going to tell you guys something. With Jamal Murray in, I had this game extremely close. I actually have these two teams as dark horse teams in their respective conferences. See, I think that Portland Trailblazers and the Denver Nuggets on the West Coast are dark horse teams. They have enough to take it all the way. Can they do it is one thing or another, but they do have enough. But when I look at the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference, I feel the same way. I feel that the Miami Heat also has enough to take it all the way. So, interesting matchup, but they don't have their star player in Jamal Murray playing next to the Joker, Nikola Jokic. Now, here's the thing. Denver Nuggets is a deep team, man. A deep team, and this is going to give some of these other guys a chance to step up and shine and show that they deserve to be, in that lineup. It's going to help with the rotation, see how they're going to move these guys around. Denver Nuggets are solid for the playoffs. So, it is somewhat of, you want to be seeded well because you don't want to play the wrong team starting off this playoffs. However, Denver Nuggets are solid in the playoffs, so they don't have to worry about making this playoff. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who can take this challenge, win this game between the Denver Nuggets, Miami Heat. And let me give you guys a quick prediction. Considering Jamal Murray's not playing, I don't know, guys. It's still tough because I think Denver has enough, See, this is what makes a good championship team. You have to have the ability to potentially lose a guy, right? But still compete at a high level. And I do believe that that's what the Denver Nuggets have. They do have the ability to lose a guy, one of their main guys, such as a Jamal Murray, but still compete at a high level. So while we're on commercial waiting for this game to start, I just want to say that Jamal Murray being out doesn't mean that they lose this game because they still have Jeremy Grant, Michael Porter Jr. out there. They still have the guys to step up. It's not all about Nikola Jokic, Gary Harris, Will Barton. Mason Plumlee's been playing really good. Torrey Craig's a great defender. I mean, they got guys in there that can get the job done. So it appears that every game we see, guys, they're going to start off with the social injustice. They're going to talk about this, and I think that this is employed by the NBA to maintain their fan base. They have to support the social injustice. But I believe it gets a little redundant because these organizations could have stepped up last season, but that's another story. So back to basketball. Brandon Nicholas in the building. What's good with you, Brandon? Appreciate you coming through, fam. We got the Nuggets versus the Heat. And Jamal Murray's out tonight. Brandon tweaked his hamstring, so he's not going to be playing tonight, which makes the game even more interesting. I was just saying before you stepped in, I still think that the Denver Nuggets have enough to get it done. But I got both of these teams, Brandon, as dark horse teams. I think Miami's the dark horse team on the East, and Denver's one of my dark horse teams on the West. I got Denver and Portland dark horse teams to take the whole thing. What you think about that, Brandon? I think they could. I think either team could shock the world. Denver Nuggets, they're right at the cusp. But I'm gonna tell you something. With the way Bobo has been playing, Bobo's been amazing. And if they can find a way to get him into that lineup, man, I tell you what. Brandon Nikola said, D. Jefferson, I appreciate you, my brother. I'm just sitting back. Yeah, that's what's up. I appreciate you. All right. Appreciate you joining me. So while we on commercial, with Jamal, I had Denver Nuggets prior to finding out Jamal Murray was out of the game. I actually had Denver Nuggets winning this game, and I had them winning by 8 or more points. So, yeah, they do, But Miami probably have they both have something to fight for, but they're both pretty comfortable in the playoffs too. Because on the East Coast, it was only the Wizards that had a chance to get into that playoff, that that AC play-in tournament. And I doubt the Wizards will get there. Now on the West Coast, it was a little more interesting because it went all the way down to Phoenix that had a chance to get into that in-game playoff. But Miami is seated fourth, and Denver, they're seated well enough where they don't have to worry about play-in tournament. That's basically for the 8th and the 9th seed, and the 9th seed has to get within 4 games of the 8th seed to even have the play-in tournament. So these two teams, they're in a good position where they don't even really have to worry about that. So they're going to be comfortably in the playoffs. What they'll do in the playoffs is another question. But I do have these two teams. I mean, seriously, guys, I'm telling you, I've been on fire too since the NBA's return. I tell you guys, I only missed one game, and I have some other things going on, but I've been on fire. I've missed one game only. I've called every game, and I'm telling you guys, dark horse teams, pay attention to the Portland Trailblazers, the Denver Nuggets on the West Coast, and then on the East Coast is the Miami Heat. I mean, we all expect the Bucks, of course, #1 in the league, and the Celtics to do well. But the Miami Heat has shocked a lot of people. Toronto also has shocked a lot of people, but I think there's expectations for them. I don't think that there's the high expectations for the Miami Heat, And with that being said, this is why I have them as the dark horse team on the East Coast, because I think they have enough to actually shock a lot of teams and get into the finals. And if they get in the finals, considering who they get in the finals against, you never know. This is a crazy season with the pandemic and everything that's going on. And there's going to be some screwy things happening in this playoff. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee that. This game could go either way. Yep. With Jamal Murray out, I'm with you there. 50-50, man. This one's a hard one. And, people who bet the line on this game probably had a comfortable bet prior to Jamal Murray tweaking that hamstring. But that bet is really shaky now. Also, the over-under bets are probably shaky too. Any futures bets are probably, this ruins a lot of things with Jamal Murray going down. Curl, what's up with you? The Thunder, they looking good, man. They looking good. They are another team. I don't consider them a dark horse team. I don't think they have enough to go all the way and take the whole thing. They don't have enough yet. Chris Paul's not reliable. He's a little old as well. Little shaky on injuries. Never proven to be able to take the big game. You know what I'm saying, Carol? Even though he's a vet and he has the experience, he's never proven to take that big game. So I don't think that they have enough to take it all the way, but they look good for the future. The NBA period looks good for the future. I like the way the Grizzlies look, the Pelicans look. All right, guys, we get ready to have the tip. And Miami gets the tip off. Bam Adebayo. All right, so none with the ball. Jimmy Butler with the ball on the wing. Duncan Robinson for the three. Can't hit. Denver Nuggets fast with the ball. Monte Morris gets the ball over the. Here's Michael Porter Jr. Travels soon as he touched the ball. And Michael Porter Jr. is going to be big. We're going to have to see if he can step up to the plate, because with the absence of Jamal Murray, this is a guy that we're going to be keeping an eye on. He's probably going to get more playing time in this game as well. Aldridge in the building. Appreciate you coming through. So a missed shot by Miami. And Torrey Craig, we're going to want to watch Torrey Craig as well for the Denver Nuggets. These are two guys we want to keep an eye on, but they do have enough to win this game, guys. I'm telling you, funny that Jeff Van Gundy just said the same thing, but I was thinking that as he was saying that. So Jokic fouled inside, and Jokic, got to watch Jokic too with this new weight loss. So Jokic at the line for two, foul going inside, and he misses the first free throw. He was a little heavy. We seen him gas out previously, so he's done a good job at losing a lot of weight. Drains the second free throw, 1 point game. Just started the game, guys, 11 minutes left in the first quarter. Jimmy Butler bringing the ball down. Butler at the top. Butler almost loses the ball. Gets the ball into Adebayo for the short jumper. Drains it 4-1. Miami up by 3. Here goes Morris. Morris kicks the ball out on the wing. Torrey Craig with the ball. Torrey Craig back over to Morris. Morris over to Porter Jr. Porter drives down in the lane. Goes up with the right hand. Can't hit. Kendrick Nunn comes down with the rebound. Kicks it ahead to Adebayo. He loses the ball. And it might be a jump ball. They're scrambling for the ball down there. Torrey Craig comes up with it. Craig back down. Kicks it to Ellis. Ellis over to Porter Jr. in the corner for the three. Can't hit. But Torrey Craig crashed the board. Snatched the rebound. And here's Jokic. Jokic spin. Fake. Can't hit. Torrey Craig. Another rebound by Torrey Craig. Dunk inside. So Torrey Craig is all around the place right now. Looking good. 4-3, 1 point game. Got Robinson with the ball. Pass it inside to Adebayo. Blocked by Jokic. Nice defense inside by Jokic. Jokic over to Torrey Craig for 3. Craig bangs it. So Craig finding heat early in the game, guys. And Denver Nuggets takes the lead. 6-4. 2 point lead. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler slashes down into the lane. Spin move. Jimmy Butler with the spin move scores, and he will go to the line. Tie game. Jimmy Butler trying to break the tie here, guys. So both teams looking pretty good right now. Nuggets looking good on offense and defense. Can't really gauge anything too much right now. High intensity. I like to see Jimmy Butler start off well. And bounces around, but he drains the free throw to convert on the 3 point play. Here comes Monte Ellis. Ellis on the wing. Backs up none. Switches with Jimmy Butler. Got Jimmy Butler on him. Kick his. Oh, stolen from sorry guys. Adebayo with the layup inside. The Heat, man, I'm telling you, this is going to be an interesting game. Both of these teams, Jay Crowder comes up with the steal on that last play, guys. Sorry. Millsap off the back of the rim. Adebayo comes down with the rebound. He'll bring the ball down. Kicks it to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler at the top of the key over to Robinson. Kendrick Nunn in the corner. Fakes the three. Got Jokic on the defense. Good defense by Jokic. But Kendrick Nunn with a nice drive inside on Jokic. 5-point game. Miami up 11-6. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Monte Ellis, short jumper. Can't hit. Torrey Craig, another rebound. Foul going back up, so he will go to the line for 2 more. Torrey Craig is a monster inside, guys. But I'll tell you one thing. Jokic did a good job on Nunn, but it's just too big, man. Nunn put the moves on him. So no shot for Torrey Craig, guys. But still a nice rebound inside. So Monte Ellis dribbles around Crowder, but looks like Millsap called for the moving screen. So it's a turnover by Denver Nuggets. It's one thing they don't need trying to get back. So Jimmy Butler will bring the ball down for Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler with the ball on the wing. Pass the ball outside to Robinson for 3. Robinson, bottom of the net. So timeout. Denver Nuggets wants to talk about it. Look like Miami Heat feeling it. 10 points straight. 8-point lead. 14-6. 7 minutes, 44 seconds left in the first quarter. All right, guys, let me see what you talk about in the chat. Let me see what we got in the building. Appreciate all you guys coming through. We got Brandon Nicholson in the building. Appreciate you, Brandon. Kerm, what's up, my man? Kerm, appreciate all you guys coming to join me. We'll go check out my man Lewis. Next game up. We're going to keep y'all going. Lewis got the next game, guys. We also got Basketball Live with Lewis and D later tonight. We're going to keep it going. Aldridge in the building. Appreciate you, Aldridge. Chopstick. My man Chopsticks in the building. Appreciate all you guys. Brandon said Jokic needs to clean up those free throws. Yeah, but I tell you one thing. Jokic definitely needed to clean up that weight, Brandon. You know what I mean? So he did a great job with that. Because to win a championship, one thing you can't be doing is gassing out. You might have 2-7 series back to back. You got to be able to be on the court, man. You know, that's my only complaint about Kawhi Leonard when you argue who's the best player in the game. Is he one of the most talented? Can't really argue that. But can I call him the best? He's not on the court enough. I can't give him the best player in the game. We'll have to give that to somebody like Giannis or LeBron or James Harden or someone like that who's on the court often. If you're not on the court enough, you're only potentially what they say you are. You know what I mean? Well, that's just my perspective on it. Chopstick said this is going to be another good one. I agree with you, Chopstick. I think we're going down to the wire on this one, my friend. Soccer Training Club in the building. What's good with your Soccer Training Club? Appreciate you coming through. Nope, no Jamal Murray today, man. That does change things. But, again, the Denver Nuggets, and, you know, both of these teams are deep too, guys. You know, let's talk about that because, listen, Mason Plumlee, he plays well. He plays well. Von Lay plays well for Denver Nuggets. You know, they still have to find a way. Bobo played phenomenally in the scrimmage. You know, they still have Bobo, and they haven't even figured a way how to insert him into that lineup. We got to watch Michael Porter Jr. We know that he can take off. Torrey Craig, and I talked about him before the game started, and Torrey Craig has already taken off for Denver. So they have enough to still be effective and win this game, even though Jamal Murray has gone down. But when you look on the other side, Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, Olynyk, Jimmy Butler, Dragic, Derrick Jones Jr., I mean, those guys are strapped too. Tyler Hero. Look, guys, Jay Crowder is always solid. You know, so these guys, these are two teams that have the depth and they have chemistry and they have the talent to, as I said, upset and shock, I believe, a lot of teams. And although Jamal Murray is gone, I think that they still have enough to be very competitive. And the Joker inside, Joker comes right back inside, gets inside and scores. Nice strong move by the Joker. 8-6, 7 minutes, 20 seconds left. Jimmy Butler passes it over to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder back to Butler at the top of the key. Butler dribbles around the screen, passes it in the corner. Nice hand. Look like Craig again. Craig with the ball. Passes it up to Millsap. I think that was Millsap with the tap. Here comes Monte Morris. It looks like a foul called on Kendrick Nunn. Got a hold of Nikola Jokic's arm. So Nunn will be called for the foul. 14 seconds on the shot clock, guys. Craig will bring the ball in, passes it to Porter Jr. over to Jokic, back to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. for the three, can't hit, and Jimmy Butler comes down with the rebound. Jimmy Butler slashes to the lane, Euro step, and thrown away. Get that out of here, Porter Jr. But Miami keeps possession. Kendrick Nunn comes down with the ball over to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler inside the amp. Bam Adebayo, but another block inside by Porter Jr. Bam Adebayo fouled just before. So I think it may have been an offensive foul. 2 blocks down low for Michael Porter Jr. And he'll step out. I'm trying to see what happened here. So he blocked Jimmy Butler. It appears he got the block on Bam Adebayo, but he did go out and sit down for a second. Jeremy Grant steps in, which is another addition for this team. So Morris for the three, can't hit. Jay Crowder with the rebound. Gets the ball over to Jimmy Butler out on the wing. Jimmy Butler guarded by Millsap. Back to Crowder. Over to Butler again. Little give and go action there. Bam Adebayo kicks the ball to Robinson. Back down to Adebayo. Robinson, give and go. But Bam Adebayo inside, but he fouled by Monte Morris. So Bam Adebayo will go to the line for 2. Still a 14-8 game. Miami up by 6, 5 minutes, 57 seconds left in the first quarter, guys. Still fresh and early. Brandon Nicholson said, I'm a Kawhi fan. I do agree that he's talented, but I gave LeBron his props, and Giannis is also doing his thing. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And they're on the court, you know what I mean? You can't take that away from those guys. I think that had Kawhi Leonard not had that degenerative knee issue, I think that he would really be blowing the league away, man. Because look at what he's doing with limited minutes. So that's why I say you can't deny his talent. You just can't deny that, right? But so Bam Adebayo converts on both free throws. Solid at the line. Double time, 8-16. Miami up by 8. So here comes Morris. Passes it over to Millsap. Millsap gets the ball to Grant. Back to Millsap. Millsap works inside. Step back jumper. Short jumper. Nice move by Millsap. 10-6. Here comes Duncan down with the ball. Look like Tyler Heroes checked into the game. And Bam Adebayo right to the lane inside for the layup. Got to do a better job on the defensive end, does Denver. Here comes Morris, top of the key. Goes into the lane, decides to back up. Passes it to Millsap. Back over to Morris. Craig with the ball. Gets it back to Morris in the corner to Jeremy Grant for 3. Grant can't hit. Millsap with the good rebound. Give him another chance. Millsap down low. Working on Robinson. Turnaround jumper. Millsap can't hit. Good rebound by Bam Adebayo. Gets the ball ahead to Tyler Hero. Over to Robinson. And sorry, guys, that was Gordon Dragic, not Tyler Hero. Bam is a very good side, good under. Yo, Bam Adebayo, I agree with that, Chopsticks. And we're on commercial break, guys. And while we are on commercial break, I do agree with that 100%, Chopstick. Bam Adebayo is definitely a very I don't know, yeah, he is undersized because when you look at like Jokic and Nurkic, Embiid, yeah, he's undersized, but he's really effective. Also, he kind of reminds you of Montrezl Harrell over there for the Clippers. Another good, solid, undersized center. Because these guys are not as tall or lengthy as these, the Brook Lopez's and the Jokic's, but they're effective, extremely effective. Both of them. So, good comment. I do agree, my friend. Brandon Nicholson says what Kawhi has done in a short amount of time. Yeah, amazing, man. Amazing. You can't deny that, man. You can't. The defense Bam is playing on Jokic right now and showing shades of Ben Wallace. Yep. You know what I always say, like Ben Wallace, Bam Adebayo, also Montrezl Harrell, I just mentioned him. Kawhi Leonard as well. You know what makes them such good defensive play, or what helps them is their arms, man. Look at their arms. The length of these guys' arms, so long. And so they're not the tallest, but with that wingspan and how long they can reach up and their athleticism, that's what makes them able to compete with these tall guys. Because the taller the guy, less bounce you're gonna get out of them. So when you got guys like Montrezl Harrell and Bam Adebayo, Kawhi Leonard, they may be 3 or 4 inches shorter in height, but their arms cover for that because they have a 4 to 5 inch longer wingspan. You understand? So they still have the same length, but they have more athleticism because they don't have that what's called giganticism syndrome, where these guys are tall, but they just can't move as well or as athletic as these shorter guys. So this is what makes these guys so effective. Not to mention their strength, because you look at Bam Adebayo, Ben Wallace, even Montrezl Harrell. These guys are strong, man. They're also Kawhi Leonard. These guys are really strong. So they have a lot going for them. Their attributes, their dimensions to have them compete with guys much taller and longer than they are. Jay Cooley in the building. What's up, my man? Jay Cooley. We need boxing talk. Oh, yeah, no doubt. Oh, I got it coming, Jay. I'm always busy, though, Jay, man. I got another basketball game later. But in between this, Jay, in between this game and the game I got to do later, we got boxing talk coming, baby. We got it, Jay. I got you, bro. This whole Miami Heat team is tough and gritty. Yes, sir. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And that's why I have them as one of my dark horse teams, Brandon. All right, guys, back in the bubble. The action started. Gordon Dragic with the ball. Gets it over to Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder with the three-pointer. Can't hit off the front of the rim. All right, guys, we had a couple guys step in during the commercial break, so I might have to catch up to see who we got in there. So that's Jeremy Grant with the ball. Short jumper. Jeremy Grant can't hit. Mason Plumlee checks in for the Denver Nuggets. I can't see that. Let me step up. And, Gary Harris, I see sitting on the bench, not suited and booted either. So makes it even more interesting. And not to make any excuses, but you got Bobo sitting on the bench. You got Gary Harris on the bench. You got Jabbar Murray. These guys are understaffed right now. So down low, Jeremy Grant scores and one. He'll go to the line. Andre Iguodala checks in and that's a huge addition for the Miami Heat. Andre Iguodala. Everybody was wondering where Iguodala would go because of his defensive stature, and we do know that Andre Iguodala can get hot from that 3-point line. He's a good slash. He can slash to the lane. So very, very valuable pickup by the Miami Heat. And Jeremy Grant misses the 3-point conversion. So Kelly Olynyk comes in the game, attempts a 3, can't hit. Mason Plumlee will come down with the ball. gets it over to Jokic. Jokic to Morris. Morris back to Jokic. Jokic with the fake on the jumper comes in for the easy layup. Nice move by Jokic. Close the gap to a 4-point lead, 14-18. Dragic for three. Dragic can't hit off the front of the rim. Mason Plumlee gets the ball over to Morris. Morris slashes to the lane. Jeremy Grant on the corner for three. Grant can't hit. Crowder with the rebound. Passes it ahead to Dragic. Dragic over to Olenek. He almost loses it. Gets a hold of it. Nice pass inside by Iguodala, but Crowder can't handle it. So Jokic down low got Olenek on the defense. No double team. Jokic on Olenek. Olenek with the quick foul. Got a whack on the eye. Looks like Jokic is okay. Olenek is good for those fouls, Eddie, guys. I always think of that Kevin Love situation. I wasn't even really a huge fan, but I was just mad to see Kevin Love go out like that. Olenek clearly dragged his arm down, snatched that man shoulder out of socket. I was like, wow, that's dirty, man. That's dirty, Olenek. But those type of things happen. Klay Thompson is also underrated. Well, yeah, I think he's up there at the top two-way defensive players. You know, I think he's up there with Kawhi, Paul George, Giannis, two-way players. I agree, Brandon Nicholson. Klay Thompson is very, very great defensive player. All right, so Jokic, both free throws, 2-point game, guys. Denver to clawed their way back into this. Jimmy Butler with the ball inside, spin move. Kicks it outside. Tyler Hero over to Olenek. Andre Iguodala, shot clock winding down. Jimmy Butler turnaround jumper off the glass. Can't hit. And Jokic comes up with the ball. Nice rebound by Jokic. Jokic turnaround jump shot on Iguodala. Too small, little guy. Easy score by Jokic to tie the game. 18-18, guys. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Here comes Dragic. Dragic gets Iguodala in the corner for the three, and Iguodala, bottom of the net. Here we go, 21-18. Back up by 3 is Miami. And there's Porter Jr. for 3. He can't hit. So Gordon Dragic loses the ball, but it looks like it's a foul. And I don't know who that foul is on, but it looks like he might have got fouled. And that was Mason Plumlee that attempted that 3, guys, not Porter Jr. Sorry about that. Former Blue Devil, Mason Plumlee. Yeah, Duke's got a lot of players. We was just talking about that last night. I meant Seth Curry. You got Zion in there. Barrett. Oh, nice move by Jimmy Butler to get inside. Doesn't cash in for the 3-point play, but he will go to the line for 2. So 2 minutes left. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left in the first quarter, guys. Jimmy Butler to the line for 2. Nope, not to the line. No shot. Dragic dribbles the ball inside. Goes up with the right hand. Can't hit. Mason Plumlee, another rebound. And Plumlee will bring the ball down for the Denver Nuggets. Gets it over to Jeremy Grant. Jimmy Butler on the defense. Double team down low by a limit. Can't hit, but Plumlee gets the rebound. Easy layup. Nobody there to defend. 21-point game. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler on the wing. Butler backs his opponent down. Turnaround jumper. Fouled again. Jimmy Butler, nice with pulling that foul. You know, Jimmy Butler's going to pull that foul on you. You got to watch him, man. That's what Jimmy Butler does. Troy Daniels had no chance. Bad defense by Troy Daniels. Jimmy Butler back to the line, 21-20. See if Jimmy Butler can extend this lead to 3. First free throw, drains it, 22-20. A minute, 31 seconds left in the game. Jokic taking the rest. He's on the bench. Jimmy Butler drains both guys, so it's back to a 3-point lead, 23-20. And here comes Morris. Kicks the ball up top. over to Troy Daniels. Troy Daniels to Plumlee. Plumlee down inside to Grant. Grant goes up, but Iguodala, his second foul, and Jeremy Grant will go to the line to see if he can close this game and down to 1 point. So nice feed inside. Lead pass by Plumlee. Good bounce pass to Jeremy Grant. And Jeremy Grant drains the first free throw. So it's 2-point game, 23-21. And Derrick Jones Jr. steps in the game. They're going to have Iguodala take a seat with the quick 2 fouls in the first quarter. Derrick Jones Jr. will replace him. Spoelstra has a lot of guys to go to. Both of these teams are really deep, guys. And Jeremy Grant seals the deal. Both free throws made. 22-23, 1:16 left in the first. Here comes Dragic. Dragic right down in the lane, loses control of the ball, but off the Denver Nuggets. So they will retain possession. 18 seconds left on the shot clock. I had Miami as a dark horse team as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I still have them that way. So Tyler Hero with the ball. Passes it over to Butler. Butler. Jeremy Grant on the defense. Butler tied up. Back over to Hero. Hero spin move. Hero puts the ball up. Tyler Hero with the floater inside. Shot clock winding down. He drains it. 25-22. 50 seconds left on the shot clock. Here comes Troy Daniels over to Plumlee. And we got a whistle blown. And it looks like it's an offensive foul on Mason Plumlee, maybe. But Tyler Hero, you know, if this guy starts to feel it, it's going to be a tough game for, man, either of these teams could just take off, guys. I'm just, either of them. Here comes Gordon Dragic. Gordon Dragic over to Jones Jr. Back to Dragic. And look like we got a hold on. I'm not sure who that was on. It was a hold call, guys, but it's a foul. I think that was on Dozier. So, of course, they're in the penalty. So, Derrick Jones Jr. goes to the line to shoot 2. 30 seconds left in the first quarter. And Derrick Jones Jr. can't hit the first free throw, so still 3-point lead. 30 seconds left. Eric Spoelstra looking on him from the sideline. And here goes Derrick Jones Jr. for the second free throw. Jones Jr. drains the second free throw to extend the lead by 4 points, 26-22. Troy Daniels brings the ball down, passes it off to Plumlee. Over to Morris. Morris crossover inside, loses the ball. Porter gets it, gives it to Plumlee. Plumlee fouled by Leonard. Are they going to give him the continuation? And they do give him the continuation. Plumlee with the continuation, utilizing the left hand, gets the ball to go in. Bumped on the shoulder by Leonard. So it's an and one. Mason Plumlee will go to the line and see if he can convert for the 3-point play. Nice left hand hook shot. A left hand hook shot by Mason Plumlee, guys. Wow. I knew this was going to be a really good game. Let's see if Mason Plumlee can convert on a 3-point play. 11 seconds left in the first quarter. Plumlee does convert, so it's a 1-point game. Here comes Gordon Dragic, full speed ahead, shot clock off. Gordon Dragic right down into the lane, foul going in. Doesn't hit the shot, but now Dragic will go to the line for a couple. And, you know, the refs, these players better understand something because from Lewis, and now Lewis did a lot of scrimmage games, and I didn't do all of the games with him. We have started doing the live, you know, the season return games, but I was watching a lot of the scrimmage games, and the referees are not holding back on these whistles. So these guys are better get used to keeping their hands out instead of in toward the players, because these referees they've been really light on the whistles. It's extending the games, but you know, I would say at least it's more even across the board instead of just the superstars getting the whistle. I said this last night. So Dragic hits the first free throw. He'll shoot the second and drains it. So back to a 3-point lead, 6 seconds left. Ellis lets the ball roll. 5, 4. Ellis drives inside, almost loses it. And he gets fouled. So Ellis, wow, bad foul by Gordon Dragic. 0.7 seconds left on the shot clock. Good drive by Ellis to pull that foul. So he'll go to the line for a couple, see if he can close this lead down to 1 going into the second quarter. So Ellis bounces around and gets that first free throw to fall, 26-28. Looks like the Nuggets' depth is sitting in. Yeah. But that's just how deep they are. Look at the score. But Miami is just that deep as well. So they do have a lot of guys sitting in. That shows you their depth. So no goal on the second free throw. Kelly Olynyk comes down with the rebound. So it's 28-26 going into the second quarter. The second quarter. Great matchup. Miami versus the Nuggets. I figured this would be a bonfire. And it's a good chance for us to look at Denver's second and third team guys, because as Chopstick said, they have a lot of guys sitting out today. Great observation there, Chopstick. Brandon says Iggy is a beast. Yes. Iguodala was a huge pickup. And I was wondering too, Chopstick, and I know it had a lot to do with buying out the contract. That's what was the holdup. But I always thought that I knew that the Knicks wouldn't get him because James Dolan is too much of an idiot. But we had more cap space than any team in the league. So we should have picked him up. The Knicks should have went ahead and paid out the contract, whatever, picked him up, put him over there with Barrett and those young guys. But again, James Dolan's too much of an idiot. But I did always wonder why a lot of these teams didn't jump on Andre Iguodala. I mean, he's the most solid veteran, one of the most solid veterans in the league right now, in my opinion. Offensively, defensively, IQ, athleticism. He's older, but he still slash the lane and dunk the ball on you. He still can get hot from the free throw line. He's still a good defender. Like, I was just wondering, why isn't it a battle for Andre Iguodala? But great pickup by the Miami Heat. I think it's well worth the value. And although he's a veteran, he's a good piece to have amongst this young squad. And he's still competitive. So, I agree with you, Brandon. Iggy is a beast. He is a beast. Yeah. Bam Adebayo gives Jokic a lot of problems, but Jokic is one of the better centers in the league. Could be considered one of the best, or the best. You know what I mean? So, big task for Bam Adebayo. Jokic is going to get his regardless. Can the Heat go far or no? I think they can go far, bro. I was just saying before you jumped in, and thank you for coming in, Christian, that they're my dark horse team on the East Coast, Christian. That's my dark horse team. I believe that they could shock the world and take it all away. They have enough to do that. I'm not saying that they will, but I do think that the Heat could. They're a talented, deep team. And people have to realize that. There's no question for me. Like, some teams you have a question for, but as the Heat went throughout the season, they proved it over and over again. Even the games they lost against the bigger team, they were close, tough, competitive games. And when you have that, you have to start looking at this team more as a competitor and not a question. And so I really have the Heat in my mind now as a team that I look at as a competitor and not a question. You understand? So, yeah, I think they could go. I really do. We're still on commercial, guys. Just to let you know, I also think Clay got that killer in him. Yeah, Clay got that beast in him. You know, Kevin Durant too. Because guys, when you push yourself that hard, they knew that they had the risk of those injuries. But that shows you their heart. All right, guys. So we're back. Mason Plumlee can't convert on the alley, and Tyler Hero throws his own alley, and they can't convert. Jimmy Butler, he misses. Same fashion, pretty much. Michael Porter Jr. slashes to the inside. Ball into, I don't know who that was. They probably switched up on us again, guys. Is that Bobo? I didn't think he was playing tonight. That is Bobo. So he had his shirt on. I didn't think he was playing tonight, but Bobo in, and he scored as soon as he came in. 28-28. Denver with the ball. And Morris stops, pops, drains it. So Denver takes the lead, guys, in this second quarter. 30-22. Here comes Jimmy Butler over to Olynyk. Gets it to Tyler Hero. Uses the Olynyk screen. Back to Olynyk. Olynyk drives inside. Back to Tyler Hero for three. And Hero, bottom of the net. We got a lead exchange. 31-30. So Bobo, very agile guy. Not like his dad, Manute Bol. Bobo very agile for that height. Jimmy Butler almost a steal, but can't save it going out of bounds. Nice defense by Jimmy Butler. 13 seconds on the shot clock. And, let's keep an eye on Bobo. Sporting advantage was good with you, my man. Oh, Michael Porter Jr. on the side can't hit. Off the side of the rim, goes out of bounds. Still a 1-point game. Miami will take possession. Yeah, Tyler Hero's doing great sporting advantage. I think he's doing great. The whole Miami team, I'm highly impressed by these guys. All right, so Jimmy Butler with the ball, kicks it to Olynyk, top of the key. Olynyk looking for someone, passes it to Dragic. Dragic over the top to Jimmy. Immediately double team. Dragic puts up the three, can't hit. But the ball deflected by Jones Jr. And it appears Jimmy Butler was fouled trying to get the loose ball, so it'll stay down this end. Miami's ball. That hustle and that drive, guys, that means a lot. Jimmy Butler's good for that. He gets in there. Look at that. And he was in the act of shooting. Wow, guys, he went into the act of shooting in the air, so he gets 2 shots from the line. Drains the first one, 32-30. They just gave the point to Denver, but I'm pretty sure they'll fix that. Yeah, Tyler Hero's a beast, man. People better watch him. They better watch him. And he's not even getting as much time to shine as you would think. All right, so Jimmy Butler drains both guys. It's 32-30, 33-30. I mean, they gave the point to Denver, but they should fix that soon. All right, they just fixed it. Mason Plumlee with the ball. And Troy Daniels with the long jumper drains it. 32-31. Here comes Jimmy Butler. Michael Porter Jr. on defense. Jimmy Butler directing traffic. Calls for the Olynyk screen. Doesn't uses it. Passes the ball to Jones Jr. Hero for the ball fake. 3-pointer can't hit. Jokic comes down with the ball. He'll bring it up for Denver. Shoots it ahead to Michael Porter Jr. Back to Jokic. Jokic, Jimmy Butler mismatch over the top of Tyler Hero, and I think it's a late whistle, but we might get a call foul on Jokic. So we might see Jokic go to the line for 2, see if he can take the lead. 32-31, 1-point lead, Miami. 9 minutes, 12 seconds left in the half, guys. All right, so I have no clue what these refs doing. Pass inside. Jeremy Grant fouled again. And it looked like Derrick Jones Jr. limping a little bit there. So that was Bobo knocked to the floor. You know, it's always scary to see those really tall guys fall to the floor like that. They're like the big offensive linemen in the NFL. You never know when they're going to tweak something. So Jokic over to Porter Jr. for three, and he drains it, bottom of the net. Denver takes the lead by 2, 35-33. Bam Adebayo back in the game. So Dragic gets fouled by Troy Daniels, and he'll go to the line. A lot of whistles, guys. I'm getting a lot of talk time, less action because these refs are heavy on the whistles. They are definitely calling the fouls. So Dragic to the line for 2. Bobo's been crazy hot. Yeah, he's been extremely hot. And again, they got to figure out how to work Bobo into this lineup because it's not like you want to take Jokic off the floor. Just the agility. Both of these guys can move well for big guys. But with all of these small, low ball plays, you know, you can't have, it's kind of hard to have both of them on the floor. So, but they're going to have to figure out some kind of lineup. But I do agree he's been playing phenomenally. You know, maybe utilize those 2 twin towers. Jokic for 3, and he can't hit. Jimmy Butler fouled by Michael Porter Jr. on the rebound. So, yet another foul, guys. Yeah, they shouldn't have passed, but they ended up making some good decisions, you know, Christian. I do agree. And Bam Adebayo is amazing, you know. So they've made some good decisions. Kick ball by Joker. So Miami Heat will keep the ball 14 seconds on the shot clock. I do think that that's a big miss. But then when you see what they've established and created, and the guys are young, can't really say it's too much of a mistake because they're a good looking team. Would have been great with Bobo, but if they had Bobo, who wouldn't they have? You know what I mean? There wouldn't be someone there had they not passed on Bobo. So that's the question. So here comes Jimmy Butler. Gets the ball down low to Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo fouled by Jokic. It's just foul after foul. It kind of slows the game down, begins to make the game boring. All right, Bam Adebayo with the ball. Going to start seeing free throws happen here soon. Dragic can't hit the three-pointer, and Bobo with the easy rebound inside gets the ball over to Mason Plumlee. Mason Plumlee to Jeremy Grant. Grant gets inside and misses it. Derrick Jones Jr. gets the rebound, passes it to Tyler Hero. Jimmy Butler slashes inside, can't hit. Fighting for the rebound. Nice fight for the rebound. Bam Adebayo passes it out to Tyler Hero. And nice hand by Jokic. Jeremy Grant picks up the ball, so a steal by the Denver Nuggets. Good pass, lead pass by Jokic, but Bobo can't handle the ball. Adebayo inside, he can't hit, and off of the Denver Nuggets, so it's still going to be Heat ball. Nice series there. Great pass by Jokic, full court pass, but Bobo couldn't handle the ball down inside. Jokic, such a great passing big man, has a beautiful eye. Nice long pass. You would expect Bobo to put the ball down once, turn and dunk that ball, but he lost it there. All right, so Jones Jr. with the inbound. Tyler Hero got the ball, slashes to the lane. Joker with the hand on the ball. Turnaround jumper, Jones Jr. can't hit. Joker comes down with the rebound. He'll bring the ball down for the Denver Nuggets. Joker, crossover on Bam. Kicks the ball to Jeremy Grant in the lane, and Jeremy Grant steps out of bounds on his move. So turnover by the Denver Nuggets. Miami gets the ball. So yeah, I do agree, chopsticks. They're playing a really tall lineup right now, but that could cost them, as we see right there. Tyler Hero slashes to the lane. These taller guys can't deal with a lot of these cuts and slashes, but there's benefits to it. So Troy Daniels, it appears, was fouled on. No, not fouled on the shot. He was fouled going through the screen. So it'll be Denver's ball when we come back to go into commercial. But yeah, they are playing tall ball right now, but could be a gift and a curse because you know, these guys, it's a mismatch when you got shorter guys that can handle the ball, they can cross you up, and these taller guys, they may be able to defend well, but they can't move their feet as quickly sometimes. Tyler Hero just slashed to the lane right there, and you got all these tall guys on the court, but it was an easy layup for him. So it's a strategy, but sometimes you got to put one or two smaller guys in there to move around that court, be a little more mobile. The Houston Rockets, they designed their entire offense on small ball, and yet they still stay up, the top 4 or 3 on the West Coast. So there is some success to it, but there's some drawbacks as well. MMA champ commentary in the building. What's good with you, my man? Chopstick says Denver can play 4 bigs at once because Jokic has perimeter skills. Yes. And you know what else? All of their bigs can shoot threes, Chopsticks. Plumlee can drain them. Jeremy Grant can drain them. Bobo can drain them. And Jokic can drain them. So if you think about it, all of these bigs can spread the floor. Mason Plumlee and Jeremy Grant are very agile, both of these guys. They can slash the lane and take it. They both take it up strong. When you look at Bobo, he's agile to be so tall. And when you have a guy that tall that can move as well as he can, he's a danger and he can spread the floor. So, see, this is why I have Denver Nuggets as another dark horse team on the west side, Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trailblazers. Everybody looks at the Lakers and the Clippers, but I have 2 dark horse teams that I think that could really take the whole thing. And that's the Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trailblazers. When you reinsert Zach Collins and Yusuf Nurkic, and they showed it, man. Like, Portland's going to be a dangerous team. So it's going to be a really interesting playoff, a lot more interesting than people think. I think people think it's going to be a LeBron, Kawhi Leonard show, but I think there's going to be a lot of shockers in this playoff series for sure. Jokic is doing so. Jokic is not doing anywhere like people expected Jokic to do. So I don't think he's playing up to potential or up to expectation. In a sense, yeah, you could say he's doing bad because he should be playing much better than he is. I will give you that, Christian. I agree. All right, guys. So y'all know we got a 4-bagger. I will not be doing this next game, but my partner in crime, Lewis Sports Network. If y'all not subscribed, I think most of you are. Go check him out if you want some more basketball action because he's going to be doing that game. And then we're both going to be doing that 3rd game. I hope it doesn't run over. I might have to start that 3rd game without him. Or it might be the late game. I might have to call him and check it out. All right, guys. So Millsap back in the game. Jokic working on Adebayo. Jokic backs Adebayo down. Double team. Kicks it out to Corey Craig. Back inside the Jokic. Turnaround jumper. Bangs it right over the top of Adebayo. Tie game. So here comes Dunn with the ball. Gets it into Adebayo. Adebayo over the Duncan, and Duncan fouled by Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig pushed him out of bounds. Good defense by the Miami Heat, but Joker's just a beast, man, to go right over the top of Adebayo. So Craig's first foul, but he sends Duncan Robinson to the line. So Duncan on the first free throw, he drains it. 38-37, 1-point lead again by the Miami Heat. So Robinson drains the second. 39-37. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left in the second quarter, guys. All right, Torrey Craig with the ball. Torrey Craig out on the wing. Robinson on the defense. And a foul inside. Look like Jones Jr. foul Millsap driving to the lane. So Millsap to the line. And, man, I tell you one thing, man. It is an enormous amount of foul calls. I mean, it's just stop, foul, foul, foul. I tell you what, Bling Sanchez 1204. What's up with you, fam? Appreciate you coming through. Yeah, man, fouls. I don't know what's going on. All right, so he drains the second free throw. 1 point game, 39-38. 6 minutes left in the half. Kendrick Nunn with the ball at the top of the key. Passes it over to Bam Adebayo. Bam Adebayo back to Kendrick Nunn. Kendrick Nunn over to Tyler Hero. Back to Nunn for 3. Nunn drains it, bottom of the net. So they extend that lead to 4 points, 42-38. Joker brings the ball down, passes it off to Paul Millsap. Back to the Joker. Joker, 1-on-1, shoots over the top, but Bam can't hit. Millsap fighting for the ball inside. Jeremy Grant gets the rebound. Millsap inside, and the ball loses the ball out. So nice battle inside by Miami. Millsap, Adebayo, Jeremy Grant. These guys are hustling, both teams, guys. So nice hustling down there, and Millsap loses the ball out of bounds. So Miami will pick it up. Turnover by the Denver Nuggets. Yeah, Spoelstra. Eric Spoelstra is a phenomenal coach. I like Eric Spoelstra. So Tyler Hero inside with the floater score. So Miami opening up that lead, 6-point lead, 44-38. So Dozier gets inside with the layup, easy layup, 40-44. Bad defense by Miami on that play right there. And Bam Adebayo bring the ball down, passes it off to Duncan. Duncan for the corner 3, hits the side of the backboard. He misses. Paul Millsap comes down with the ball. Millsap double teamed immediately. Inside to Joker. Joker nearly loses it out of bounds. Tosses it back up top for Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig back down inside for Jokic, who's fouled by Crowder. Crowder gave him a little push there. Referee saw that. Puts the heat in the penalty. So Joker will go to the line for 2. And we should have known that this penalty would come pretty early with the amount of fouls they've been calling. So Joker to the line for 2. Guys are going to be going to the line from here on out. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the half. Joker misses the first free throw. So still 4-point game, guys. Yeah, Spoelstra is a great coach, man. Miami's winning, Christian. Sorry. Miami up by 4. Now up by 3. Joker hits the second free throw, 44-41. Try to keep that score posted. Sorry about that, Christian. All right. Tyler Hero inside to Bam. Joker, coast to coast. Ball knocked away by Miami. So 19 seconds on the shot clock. Nice move inside by Bam Adebayo on the other end for the score. Pick and roll by, I think that was Tyler Hero. Yeah, not Gordon Dragic. Jeremy Grant with the dunk inside, 43-46. Nice, strong move inside. That's what I was saying about Mason Plumlee and Jeremy Grant, their athleticism. So Bam Adebayo goes right around Jokic, but he can't hit. Bam and Jokic fighting for the rebound. And Dozier picks it up, takes it down court for a 3-pointer. Bad shot by Dozier. missed the three-pointer. Tyler Hero picks it up. He goes coast to coast and he missed. Jokic comes down with the rebound. See what the Denver Nuggets can do with this. Jeremy Grant down in the corner shoots right over the top of Crowder. And the nice shooter's touch. Jeremy Grant drains it. 1 point game. 46-45. Here comes Kendrick Nunn. Timeout. Eric Spoelstra wants to talk about it. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left in the half, guys. Miami Heat up by 1. Commercial break. 45-46. All right, so Brandon says, I'm glad Pat Riley didn't fire Eric Spoelstra back in 14. Memory serves me right. Yeah. I don't think they had any reason to fire him. To hell with LeBron James. LeBron James leaves wreckage behind. So it was probably a smart move for them keeping Spoelstra because look where Miami Heat is now. And people can't say, oh, well, Spoelstra did this and that because he had all of that talent. You know, it's not all about having the most talent on the team. Scott Skiles had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden on one team. But he had Harden coming off the bench, and he had Westbrook trying to play point guard, which he's a terrible decision maker. Well, if you look at these two guys now, and you think back to when he had those three guys on tape, it was a constant argument with Kevin Durant and Westbrook. Hell, had he not been bringing Harden off the bench, who didn't need to come off the bench because he needed to have the ball in his hands, and you have Harden starting point guard, put Westbrook over as shooting guard because he was so good at the mid-range game back then and he could slash the lane, you know that Harden would distribute the ball where it needs to be. So because of bad coaching, they had all of that talent on that OKC team, but they couldn't get the job done. So people can't just say that Eric Spoelstra's only success was because he had LeBron James and all of these guys. I hate that excuse, you know, like they say about the Phil Jackson and the, you know, I don't like that excuse that they had talent because you still have to have the coaching ability to make this talent work. It all ties in together, and Eric Spoelstra has been a phenomenal coach. Look at the way he's brought this team back when you lose 3 superstars, but you still keep your team in contention. Phenomenal coach. I have nothing bad to say about Eric Spoelstra, but I do think it's between Nick Nurse and Doc Rivers for Coach of the Year. I think Nick Nurse might win because of what he's done in Toronto, but I just like Doc Rivers because I think it's, you know, amazing that he has, again, talent is not everything. So it's amazing where he has the Clippers with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard needing so much load management. It's hard to maintain that. And Doc Rivers done an excellent job over there with the Clippers, although he has more talent, you know. And then Nick Nurse losing Kawhi Leonard and still having these guys in contention. I think the only argument, in my opinion, this season is for those two guys, although Spoelstra's a phenomenal coach. All right, guys, so we back to the NBA action. Kendrick Nunn inside to Bam Adebayo, works on Jokic, turnaround. Adebayo tied up, can't score. Great defense by Jokic. Torrey Craig comes down with the ball. Torrey Craig gets the ball over to Paul Millsap for 3, and Millsap finds the bottom of the net. Denver regains the lead, 48-46, 2-point lead by Denver. All right, Bam Adebayo with the ball, gets it over to Kendrick Nunn, fakes the three-pointer, throws it over to Cross. And Hero with the floater inside, foul, hit from behind, and he'll go to the line. Nice pass by Drake Crowder to find Hero to slash into the lane. I thought he was going to step back and shoot that 3, but smart play, and Hero pulls the foul and gets to the line. So See, both of these teams are great, man. They play team ball. That's great ball movement right there. Crowder could have stepped back. He didn't really have a guy on him. He could have stepped back, but he found the guy cutting to the lane. And Hero was able to pull that foul, get to the line, to the charity stripe, as they call it. And that was Duncan Robinson, guy. I think that was Duncan Robinson, number 55, not Tyler Hero. Kind of gets difficult sometimes because they have these statements and stuff on the back of their jerseys instead of their names. So I don't have the biggest screen in front of me. And, you know, some of these players, whether they be black or white, they just look like players. I don't know them all specifically by number. But anyway, let's go. Joker with the ball. Jokic inside, reverse right over. Bam Adebayo. Back up by 2, 50-48. Kendrick Nunn with the ball. Kendrick Nunn crossover. Goes in the lane with the floater. He can't hit. Joker with another rebound. Nice rebound by Joker. Here comes Doja. Doja crossover on Jimmy Butler. Inside. Nice move by Doja to score. Denver up by 4. Jimmy Butler back down with the ball. Slows it down. Waits for his guy. Cuts to the basket. Jimmy Butler loses the ball. Doja back, gets the ball, left hand, drops it in, 54-48. Denver up by 6 guys, a minute, 30 seconds left. Here comes Kendrick Nunn. Backs down Doja. Kendrick Nunn drives inside to Bam Adebayo for the nice dunk. Nice dish inside to Bam. And that's what makes Bam so good, guys, those long arms, 54-50. Denver up by 4. Here comes Joker with the ball. Passes it off to Grant. Grant. Mismatch. Jimmy Butler. Can't handle me, little guy. Grant drives inside. And one. Gets the score to the line. Foul on Jimmy Butler. 56-50. Grant going to see if he can convert on the 3-point play here, guys. Yeah. Jeremy Grant's too long and too athletic. Can handle that ball well. He crossed Jimmy Butler up. Went inside for the easy layup. Pulled the foul. If the reports I read were accurate, I'm not really surprised about the numbers of turnovers, fouls these games considered as the first string games out of the side. Yeah, they're getting a lot of information, Brandon Nicholson. I agree with that. That's what these coaches are doing, and especially the ones that settled in to the playoffs. Jimmy Butler with the nice move inside, right around. Let me tell you something. That's what makes Jimmy Butler so good. The way he can score inside and get to the free throw line, but just the contact, everything. He did this, guys, over Jeremy Grant and Mason Plumlee. Jimmy Butler's, man, that is nice. Nice right there. Reminds you of Dwayne Wade, so he used to give his body up like that. He would get the score, get to the line. So Jimmy Butler to the line for 2 and 1. I mean, for 1 to convert on the 3-point play, and he does. 53-57. Back down to 4 points, guys. 48 seconds left on the shot clock. Doja passes it off to Plumlee over to Millsap. Millsap back to Doja. Doja 3-pointer. Can't hit. And Duncan Robinson gets the ball. Jimmy Butler with the ball on the wing. Jeremy Grant on the defense. 6-second differential on the shot clock, guys. 10 seconds left to shoot. Over to Duncan. Duncan for 3. Drains it. So it's a 1-point game. Nice shot by Duncan. Fakes the ball. Steps to the side. Bangs the 3-pointer. All right, Doja with the ball. 5 seconds to shoot. Shot clock off. Doja drives inside. Off the glass. Can't hit. And that's it. 1-point game going into the halftime, guys. 57-56. Denver regains the lead going into the half. So we got a good one here, guys. 1-point game. It's basically a new game going into the half. As we know, 1 point means nothing. But back to what I was saying too, and what you were saying, Brandon, I do agree. that, you know, a lot of these coaches, they're just trying to really figure out what's going on with their teams, how their second and third straight guys are gonna look. Because again, um, as we know, guys, depth means a lot going into the playoffs. So they have to figure out where they're gonna put these guys when they put their stars back in, where they're gonna slide them into rotation. They got to see where they fit in. And those scrimmages they had and these 8 games, at least for the teams that settled in, not the teams in the ace seed, but for the teams that settled into the playoffs, they're really just trying to get a gist of where their guys are, because home court advantage doesn't really matter. They all trapped inside of this bubble. It's this virtual crowd, so it's not really that energy, that home court energy. There's not really home court advantage. Even the Orlando Magic, I don't think would consider it home court. And the referees are blowing whistles on everyone like crazy, right? So, with that being said, you know, the lack of home court advantage, the teams that settled into the playoffs really don't have that drive to battle for the playoffs. It's only the teams trying to get 4 games into that 9th spot so that they could get into that play-in tournament. And then the team sitting at the 8th spot on the East, maybe the 8th and the 7th spot, you know, those are the only teams that have any concern. Right now, it's just teams trying to gauge where their second and third teams are so they can work in these lineups going into this playoff, you know. So that's what I think anyway. So guys, here alone, I don't have my partner in crime. You know, he always does such a phenomenal job with the halftime scores and everything. He does his thing. I do mine. But since I'm rocking along, guys, I'll try to keep up with my man Lewis. Drop these halftime statistics. So field goal percentage, pretty close between the two teams, and we'll probably find the statistics will explain what we're seeing with the score, because it's been a pretty decent game. But 44% Miami shooting from field goal, 44.7 to be exact. They 17 for 38. And on the other side, the Denver Nuggets are shooting 46.8, so slightly better, 22 for 47. And from the three-point line, Miami Heat actually has the advantage there, guys. They're shooting 33%, while Denver's not looking so good from the three-point line. They're only shooting 20%, 3 for 15. So, you know, fortunate for the Miami Heat, they're not shooting so well. And as we know, that just may not last. So the Miami Heat's got to stay grounded, dig in there. Now, free throw percentage, Denver's also doing pretty bad, 66.7%. So they're going to have to clean that up, and they should find it fortunate that they're still in the lead. On the other side, the Miami Heat, they're looking pretty good, 94%. They've only missed 1 free throw, the entire team, 17 for 18 there. Rebounds, the Denver Nuggets, the longer team, has the advantage, 7 rebound advantage. They're in the lead on offensive and defensive rebounds, both 2 blocks apiece. 5 steals for the Nuggets, 2 for the Miami Heat, and turnovers, they're pretty much even, 6 and 7. Points in the paint, they're pretty much close there, and fouls, 16 and 15, they're pretty much close there. And as I said, these stats, guys, pretty much explain why this game is so close. Both of these teams are doing a fairly good job. I don't think that 6 or 7 turnovers is too bad for the half. Now, keys to win. I think both teams should just keep playing hard and efficiently like they're doing. Like I said earlier, the Denver Nuggets are going to have to do a better job with the decisions from the three-point line, maybe get better ball movement, not shoot as many because they're not doing as well. And they're going to have to pick up on those free throws, because free throws can cost you the game. You can't be shooting 66.7% and think you're going to be winning close games. So I believe that that's the key for them. You know, better decisions on those 3-point shots. Either don't take them, get to the lane. You're doing better in the hole than your counterparts. So utilize that instead of jacking up that 3-pointer. And the keys for the Miami Heat, I think Miami Heat they're playing well. They're spreading the ball around well. I think they just need to keep playing the way they're playing. Hopefully their shots land. They're playing good. Both teams are playing pretty solid defense. So, keys to victory. That's my keys to victory for both teams. So see what you guys are talking about in the chat. Chopsticks, Coach Spo played D1. He knows his hoops. Yeah. And it's evident that he knows his hoops because, again, he's a great coach. Christian said, do you think Pat Riley's way of ruining team is good? Of running team, is good as he continues to try to win. I'm iffy. I think Pat Riley is one of the greatest GMs. And when you're great at what you do, there's always going to be questionable moves. But if your questionable moves outweigh, no one's going to get it right all the time, right? So if you look at how much he's gotten it right versus how much he's gotten it wrong, I would say, hats off to Pat Riley. I mean, I get your concern because I don't agree with everything he does, but a lot of times it works out. And when you look at the state that the Miami Heat is in now, and like I said, I have them as a dark horse, and going into next season, the youth, the squad that they have put together, I mean, Pat Riley's done a terrific job. So you can argue with the methods, but can you argue with the results? Let's say that. You know what I mean, Christian? But I do get your concern, though. Brandon said, didn't OKC have Serge Ibaka? Yeah, they had Serge Ibaka. They had Reggie Jackson. And guess what? Guess who else they had back then too, Brandon? Matt Barnes. And Matt Barnes was playing ferociously, remember? And so how can you not coach a team like that to a championship? That was my problem. That was bad coaching with that amount of talent. That's why I say it's not always about the amount of talent. Sometimes it's just about the coaching and getting those guys to be able to play together, getting those egos to work together. I see where you're coming from, D. Spo had all those egos, Braun, Wade. Oh, look, see, I was just talking about that, egos. You got to give coaches credit for being able to get that to work. Jimmy Butler, good two-way player. Yes, for sure. He's up there. He's definitely up there. I was 10 feet away from Wade, and he didn't sign my shoes. Sometimes you get it like that. I used to go to the All-Star games. I seen a lot of those guys hobnob with some of those guys. Yes, he is, man. Jimmy's definitely a very tough matchup for anyone. That is for sure. Salute, King. Salute to you, MMA champ commentary. Appreciate you, my brother. D, I agree with you 100% on the importance of depth. Yeah, man. It's extremely important. And, I hear a lot of commentators, mainstream and, not mainstream, they miss the ball on that. They don't mention that. They give their analysis and they break down these games and their situations and how teams look going into it. And a lot of times they miss the depth of a team and they come up. And I didn't see that coming because you're only focusing on the starting five. Well, the starting five cannot play the entire 48 minutes. You're going to have these guys in and out. They're going to have to take a break. They're not machines. They're not robots. So if your rotations are not set up correctly, it's hard to rotate guys in and out and still maintain chemistry. You have to insert certain lineups, and that rotation, you're not gonna have all your stars sitting out at one time. So you have to know which guys to insert when you remove other guys. It's a lot of information that you have to account for. So again, man, coaching is, no Gary Harris, no Jamal Murray, and they're still a point ahead. And that's what I was saying at the beginning of this game. The Denver Nuggets still have enough, even on this great Miami Heat team, to compete. Because Miami Heat is a great team. And for the Denver Nuggets to be a point ahead at the half without Jamal Murray, that is their second star player, guys, and Gary Harris, which is another important key piece. You know what I'm saying? All right, sorry about that, guys. Today is my birthday, and my phone is going bananas because today is my birthday, and family and friends are going to be all day, guys. I do apologize about it, but what are you going to do? I don't really celebrate birthdays. It's just another day to me. That's why I'm here kicking it with y'all, watching some basketball, baby, because it's just another day to me. But family and friends take it seriously, so be it. Happy birthday. Thank you. But here we go. So Christian says subscribe. Christian, I appreciate you, sis. I really appreciate that. We're going to grow this thing. This is Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, Christian. So I don't know if you or my other fan, basketball fans are interested in boxing and MMA, but I also cover those sports as well here. I do mostly basketball commentary, myself and my man Lewis Sports Network. We do collab Basketball Live with Lewis and D. So I do that mostly. I'm going to start putting out some recaps and some, for videos and maybe some predictions depending on what I have to do. I'm talking with some other guys. I might be getting into predictions and a little gambling side of it. And I've been touching on that a little bit, guys. You guys win some money because I've been on fire. I've been picking the right picks. Or maybe we could turn this into some winnings for us. Nothing serious, guys. Take like $100, start you up a little account and bet small wages, $5, $10. Don't turn into a gambling addict. We don't need any vices. None of us on the Speak Your Mind Sports Talk family. Chopstick says Lewis is great. Man, Lewis is phenomenal. That's why he's my partner. That guy knows his basketball, and we both do. And don't get it twisted. I'm his partner for a reason too. I just don't have the time to delve into basketball the way he do. I pay more attention to boxing, and if you guys are boxing fans, like I said, you'll see that my analytics and breakdown on the boxing side is just as efficient. So, but we know our sports, guys, and Lewis is my partner, my brother for life, man. That's my ace boom, my man, 20 grand, all that. You know how it goes. So MMA says, if you guys don't want to pay $40 for Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, let me know and I'll give you a website where, yeah, man, pay for that fight, man. Support that fight. I think it's great. Mike's giving a lot of that money to charity. I don't know what Roy Jones is doing with his part of the purse, but it's exciting. From what I understand, these two guys are not going in there to knock each other out. So sorry for the fans that think they're going to see them guys getting there and whale it. But you can't depend on that because you got egos, you got pride. These guys are fighters. If the wrong shot gets landed, tempers flare, you never know. Because, again, these guys are fighters. They do have a fighting nature, So we'll see. But as of now, it's just purely an exhibition match. And they have agreed to just put on a performance somewhat like WWE. They're not really trying to knock each other out. But again, guys, fighters, egos. Who knows? Who knows, guys? All right, guys. So we're back off the halftime. Get back to the comments. Happy birthday, D. Thank you, Chopsticks. He said, because I know money is tight, especially times like, yeah, man, a lot of people, money's not right for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Happy birthday. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, bro. Light it up and stay up. No doubt. I'm getting ready to now. I think my wife might have. Oh, no, there it is. Yep, I'm getting ready to right now, buddy. Right now, you know how I do. But I got to be more conscious of that, guys, because I got sponsors looking at me, so I got to be a good guy. So I'm keeping down the profane language. All of my boxing fans know how I can get, but I'm trying to do a better job of that. Be a good guy. A good guy, D. Jefferson, the legend. I appreciate that, chopsticks. Lewis knows a lot about hoops, but so do you, D. Yeah, man. Lewis is my man. I give him all the respect in the world. Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. Oh, man. Jake Paul is, I think Jake Paul could actually do something in boxing. Not, be a world champion, but he has pretty good technique and he follows the sport pretty well. I was actually pretty impressed with the way Jake Paul was coming along. So, never know. I think he beats Nate Robinson up because Nate Robinson knows nothing about the sweet science, and Jake Paul has been in there and actually been studying. So, I think he'll beat Nate Robinson up. My man, Lewis Sports Network. Thank you, my brother. Happy birthday, D. the Godfather Jefferson. Yes, sir, Lewis. I'm getting old, brother. Salute to my brother and to the chat. I appreciate you, Lewis. I've been talking about you the whole time. There he is, my partner in crime, Lewis Sports Network. If you haven't been over there to check him out, please go check him out. The man is the basketball guru, best in the business. And if you like what you hear, do what I did. Hit that subscribe button. All right, guys, so we back in action. And Torrey Craig shoots up a three, can't hit. Denver up by 3. So Kendrick Nunn with the ball. Short jumper inside, drains it. So 1 point game, 58-59. Just starting the third quarter, 11 minutes left. Here comes the Joker. Joker down with the ball. Torrey Craig dribbles around the Joker screen. Back to Joker. Joker fakes the 3. Good hand by Bam Adebayo to knock the ball away. Joker gets control again. Backing Bam down. Bam with a good hand again. Smacks the ball. Torrey Craig picks it up. Craig steps back. 3-pointer. Bottom of the net. Good shot by Torrey Craig. 4-point lead again. Here comes Kendrick Nunn out on the wing. Gets the ball in the Adebayo, give and go. Kendrick Nunn back inside, tries to get it to Adebayo, deflected, but a foul call, reaching foul on the Joker. All right, so Tyson. I got Mike Tyson winning that fight. Roy Jones, I'll explain that when we get to a commercial or something. So we have another foul, and it was just 2 fouls back to back. But guys, a lot of these fouls, I will say this. I know the referees have been heavy on the whistle, but we got to understand something about a lot of these fouls. These guys have really been committing these fouls a long time, but the refs haven't been calling them. So Bam Adebayo with the 17-footer can't hit. Paul Millsap comes down with the ball, gives it to the Joker. Joker over to Monte Morris. Monte Morris back to the Joker. Mismatch. But Joker gives it to Porter inside. Porter can't score. Paul Millsap, 5 to shoot. Back out to Monte Morris. Slashes inside for the easy layup. Good move by Monte Morris, 64-58. Here comes Bam Adebayo. Gets it over to Kendrick Nunn. Back inside to Adebayo. Adebayo goes up strong, fouled inside. So Bam Adebayo will go to the line for 2 shots, 58-64, guys. So, man, what a move by Monte Morris inside, man. Yeah, they can both fight. I'll break that down when we get another commercial break. Why? I think Tyson definitely wins that. Brian says, salute, Lewis Sports Network. Nate, Rob, baby from Seattle. Let's go. Yeah, Nate Robinson go get beat up, man. Nate Robinson don't know nothing about no boxing. Football and basketball. So when did Nate Robinson have time to box? Think about that. All right, so Bam hits the free throw, 59-64. Joker, the ball at the top of the key. Gets it over to Porter Jr., who passes it off to Morris. Back to Joker down low. Out to Porter Jr. on the wing. Good ball movement. Good defense by Miami. Over the top of Jimmy Butler goes Jokic. He can't hit. Great defense by Miami. Here comes Kendrick Nunn. Driving straight to the lane. Gives it to Adebayo. Over to Jimmy Butler. Crowder up top. Here comes Butler in the middle for the dunk. Nice dish by Kendrick Nunn to find Butler slashing to the lane. 61-64. 9 minutes left in the third quarter, guys. So whistle blown. I'm not sure who that. I think that was maybe Jimmy Butler. Nope, that was Kendrick Nunn. He got his hand in there. Reach and foul by Kendrick Nunn, guys. So, man, Jimmy Butler's all over the place. Joker for the three. Nice arcing shot, but he can't get it to go. Good rebound. Good, strong rebound by Duncan Robinson. Here comes Jimmy Butler trying to cut this lead down. Jimmy Butler, hard inside, gets fouled. Jimmy Butler pulling a foul again. Jimmy Butler has a knack of getting to that charity stripe, and he finds himself back there again with a chance to close this lead to 164-61. Denver up by 3. Jimmy Butler to shoot 2 free throws. So Butler drains the first free throw, guys, and oh damn, I'm tripping over here. 2-point game. So Jimmy Butler, they're talking about how Butler changed his jersey, and he has different names on the backs of them for the social injustice statement. It took the screen down for that, so I had to speak on that. All right, guys, so Butler hits them both. Brings it down to 1-point game, and a steal by Jimmy Butler. He's on fire. He goes down inside, can't hit, but followed up by Bam Adebayo. So the Miami Heat come back and take the lead by 65-64. Here comes Monte Morris. Gets the ball over to Joker at the top. Joker over the top to Porter Jr. Nice patience by Porter Jr. and one. Jimmy Butler on the foul. Denver takes the lead right back. Porter Jr. a chance to convert on a 3-point play. Man, let me tell you something. Nikola Jokic, in his eye, his passes, man, he's almost like a center point guard. This guy has a beautiful eye, the way he dishes that ball. Michael Porter Jr. converts, so Denver back up by 2. Just that fast, guys. Here comes Jimmy Butler, trying to keep his team in there, wield his team to a win. Jimmy Butler inside to Bam Adebayo. Nice jump hook inside. 67-67. Monte Morris brings the ball down for the Dallas Mavericks. Dribbles around the Joker screen, back to the Joker, inside the Porter, but too high. Too high, bad pass by the Joker. Turnover. See if the Miami Heat can regain the lead here. Had a lot of lead changes here, guys. And I felt like this one was going to go down to the wire. And it appears we're going to get one of those kind of games. And whoa, Jimmy Butler almost loses the ball. Good hand by Craig. He knocks it out. So 21 seconds. Craig drained 3 seconds down there. All right, they get the ball across the line. Duncan Robinson fouled by Michael Porter Jr. behind the line. Fouled him right in stride. So I believe Duncan Robinson should go to the line for 3. That's got to be a shooting foul. That's a really bad foul by Michael Porter Jr. And it does put him on the line. Okay, here's what happened, guys. He fouled Bam Adebayo and Duncan Robinson. So it's Bam Adebayo on the line for 2. He actually committed 2 fouls right there, but they gave him the first one. So it won't be Duncan Robinson shooting for 3. It's Bam Adebayo shooting for 2. He drains the first one, so it's 68-67. And he converts on both. So 69-67, 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Excellent free throw shooting by Miami, 22-24. Paul Millsap at the top, gives it to Monte Morris. Monte Morris shoots it over to Jokic. Jokic to Torrey Craig for 3. Craig can't hit. Jimmy Butler comes down with the rebound. Full speed ahead. Out on the wing to Crowder. Crowder kicks it to Adebayo. Crowder up for 3. Drains it, bottom of the net. So Miami back up by 5. This is a seesaw game. Back and forth. Both teams. This is a game of runs right now, guys. Both teams on runs. The lead changes again. 5 points up. Miami Heat finds themselves 72-67, going to a commercial break. So, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, I did not forget since we're on a commercial break. Here's the thing, guys. So I'm going to switch to my boxing side real quick for those that was interested in that fight. Roy Jones started his career off at junior middleweight, 154. He worked himself up to heavyweight, and he fought one fight there. He never campaigned at heavyweight. Basically, he never fought it as a heavyweight. Mike Tyson was 192 pounds at 12 years old. He came into professional boxing as a heavyweight. He took shots. He fought as a heavyweight. He's a natural heavyweight. So that already puts Roy Jones at an extreme disadvantage. The second reason I'm pretty sure Mike will win this fight, because if it was about someone getting knocked out, when you look at how they ended their careers, Mike Tyson did get stopped by Kevin McBride, which wasn't really a high-ranked boxer, but Mike Tyson got stopped due to lack of conditioning. He was terribly gassed out in that second round, and he had nothing left. And that's what caused him to slump over on the side of the rope, not really the punishment. Roy Jones' chin was gone by the end of his career. He had no more chin. And as a fighter, when your chin is gone, it doesn't return. And so when you look at these two guys and you look at all of the circumstances behind it, even though Roy Jones has been more active more recently, both of these guys are over 50. And Mike Tyson has extreme hand speed, clocked as one of the fastest heavyweights in boxing history. The only other argument is Muhammad Ali, which is amazing. So the hand speed does not go to Roy Jones. And with that being said, you got to kind of look at Mike all day. If it was a real fight, being that it's an exhibition match, I'll still say Mike Tyson wins that fight. All right, guys. So that's all the boxing I'm going to give you. It's basketball time. But you can always check me out for that boxing. Speak Your Mind Sports Talk live daily, Monday through Friday. I'm always putting out boxing content. One of my most popular topics, my biggest fan base on Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. So we do plenty of boxing. I got to step my game back up on our basketball, guys. Step my game back up on UFC. And right now we talking basketball. Nate Robinson trains in boxing, but he don't fight in boxing. Oh, yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool as hell. Play pickup games with Nate. That's cool, Chopstick. But Jake Paul loads up too much, has very wide stats. Yeah, but it's better for a novice or a rookie. And that's exactly what Nate Robinson is. You know, when you talk about that against even a low-level fighter, then that's a problem. But against a novice and a rookie, that's not too much of a problem. That's exactly what Nate Robinson is. Less than a prospect. He can't get tired in the later rounds. You guys are all on boxing. I don't know why I started off with that boxing talk. Yeah, Lewis, I'll send you a stream if you want, bro. You can get on the stream for sure. Always welcome. Joker with the turnaround jumper. Torrey Craig cleans it up. So 69-72. We're back, guys. 6 minutes, 40 seconds left. Lewis, just put in the chat if you want me to send you a link. And I will for sure, bro. As a matter of fact, I'll send you a link just in case. If you want to jump on, you already know you can jump on. I'm getting ready to send you the link right now. Never have to ask. The fans calling for you, Lewis. The people calling for you, Lewis. Lewis might be busy, though, guys. But I am going to send him the link. My brother is always welcome to join me anytime. Always. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm sending my bro the link. All right, Lewis. I just sent you the link, dog, if you want to join. You got some people calling for you, my man. But back to the game. The Miami Heat, while I was doing that, did hit the shot. So 75-69. Joker at the top for three. Joker, bottom of the net. He drains it. Joker keeping his team in there, guys. 2-point game. 5 minutes, 40 seconds left. 72-74. Miami up by 2. And Bam Adebayo loses the ball out of bounds. So it's going to be Denver Nuggets ball. Very, very great game. These guys are going back and forth, lead changes, great defense, great offense. Monte Morris brings the ball down. Got Kendrick Nunn on the defense, dribbles around the Joker screen, gets the ball over to the Joker. Joker with Bam on him. Double team. Here comes Nunn with the double team. Over in the corner to Grant for three. Grant can't hit. Nice rebound inside by Bam Adebayo. Way to get down there and crash the board. And Duncan drives to the lane. Dishes it to Crowder. Crowder to Adebayo. Adebayo can't score. Finds Andre Iguodala. And Crowder can't handle the pass and loses the ball out of bounds. So turnover by the Miami Heat. 74-72. Monte Morris will bring the ball up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's got Kendrick Nunn, dribbles around the Joker screen, hands it at the Joker. And Jeremy Grant travels. You got to put that ball down before you take the step, young man. Turnover, another turnover. Denver Nuggets give the ball right back. And Gordon Dragic is going to check in the game. I didn't see who stepped out for him, but Dragic checks in for the Miami Heat. All right, so Gordon Dragic bringing the ball down. Gordon Dragic to Bam Adebayo. Over in the corner, Crowder for three. Crowder, bottom of the net. They're feeling it, 77-72. Miami Heat shooting very well behind that arc. Here comes the Joker. Joker with the pass to Paul Millsap. Got Crowder on the defense. Ball up top to Dozier. Dozier gets it to Grant. Grant drives down inside. And offensive foul. Jeremy Grant got that elbow up there. Puts Duncan Robinson on the ground and gets called for the offensive foul. He said, power to mind. Oh, yeah. You know, they're actually the most viewed and watched live, Chopstick. They're actually like my best viewed and watched thing. And the power to mind, yeah, people do get upset because it's all about perspective. And people are stuck in a certain perspective. But we got to open our minds, man. Be open-minded. Accept other people's views. And I always say dicey things, or what people would consider to be dicey things, because it's life topics and social topics on those power of the mind things. But thanks for mentioning that. Y'all come join the power of the mind. It's not sports at all. It's about life, spirituality, politics, social issues. That's what we talk about on Sundays, power of the mind. Thanks for mentioning that, Chopsticks. And you are the man. That's why I gave you a wrench yesterday, because part of the Speak Your Mind Sports Talk family, man. You supporting boxing, you supporting basketball, you support outside of sports and the power of the mind. You're a big supporter, bro, and I really appreciate everything you do. Want you guys to know it's not all about super chats, because I got a lot of boxing fans that flood me with super chats. Believe me, guys, $100 super chats, $50 super chats. It's amazing. But with or without the super chats, I appreciate you guys' support. Regardless, if you hit the like, if you share the videos, if you sit in here and listen to me yak on and on, I really appreciate all you guys and everything you do. So just wanted you to know that. Also, Lewis is doing that next game, so he may not have time to come join me, guys. He probably have to do some thumbnails and get set up for that next game. So he might check in here for a second, or maybe not, but just to let y'all know that. And thanks again. And I never worry, Chopsticks, and you've been over there on the power of the mind. It's like I say, I always preach this, that it's our mind. So anything someone says, it only affects you if you allow it to affect you. It's your brain telling you to get angry. So a lot of people do get mad at me and say things, but I don't really get angry, you know? I laugh, just like the smiley face you put there. You know how it goes. Sometimes I get excited, but never angry. But I appreciate you again, man. All right, come on, Dragic. Be the all-star. Yeah, man. I'm with you, Christian. I want to see Dragic return because, you know, I'm high on Dragic. I don't think I think this is what I think, Christian, about Dragic. And I'm really high on Dragic. And we're still on commercial, guys, just to let you know. But I think you know how, Christian, a lot of players go on a slump. We've seen it all the time. We see it all the time. I think that's where Gordon Dragic is. I think Gordon Dragic is just in a slump. You know, I'm still high on Gordon Dragic, and no, I have no questions on him. I just think he's in a slump right now. And when he comes out of that slump, again, just how much more dangerous does it make this Miami team? Because they're playing this well. And I agree with you, Christian. Like, the guy's in a bit of a slump right now, and they're still playing this well. So what happens if I'm correct, you know, with Gordon Dragic, and he comes out of what I think is a slump, right? Man. But it has to be soon, because he's no spring chicken. He's 34 years old. You know what I mean? So he's not a young man. He's that veteran on the team. But I do think that he has some more ball in him. I think Gordon Dragic could play like a Steve Nash or John Stockton. I think he's that built type guy where he can play till he's 38. So he's probably got like 2 good seasons left, and I'm just expecting for him to spark and come back. That's what I think about Dragic. All right, guys, we're back in action. Miami with this quick steal coming off the commercial, and they're already up by 8. Good defense right now by the Miami Heat. You had a strip down low, but I think it was foul on Dozier. So Dozier has 4 fouls. They might contemplate sitting him down. Well, guess not. They're leaving him out there on the floor. So Dozier will stay out there and play with 4 fouls. All right. Oh, wow. So Crowder went to help his teammate up. It looked like he might have had a little slight groin pull. All right, biggest lead of the game right now, guys. 10 points. Miami up. See if Denver can dig their way back in. Kick ball by Gordon Dragic. Denver will retain possession. 17 seconds on the shot clock. 3 minutes, 24 seconds in the third quarter. So, again, this is the biggest lead, 10 points. Troy Daniels passes the ball into Jokic. Mason Plumlee checks in. He's in the game. And Dozier shoots over the top of Dragic. Good contest by Dragic. Dozier can't hit. Dragic gives the ball to Andre Iguodala. Iggy brings the ball down. Iggy back over to Dragic. Dragic with Daniels on the defense. Over to Duncan for 3. Duncan Robinson can't hit the 3. Mason Plumlee will pick up the 3. The free rebound, sorry. Plumlee will bring the ball down. Gets it down low to Jokic. Jokic one-on-one with Olynyk. Double team. Up top to Troy Daniels and fouled by Gordon Dragic. So it looked like it was a loose ball foul. I don't believe that he'll be getting any free shots. So Troy Daniels to bring the ball out. Troy Daniels into Jokic. Jokic double teamed immediately. They give Jokic no room, no breathing room, a cross-court pass, and Daniels can't handle the ball. So another turnover by Denver Nuggets. Great defense right now by the Miami Heat, guys. Michael Porter Jr. is getting ready to check in the game. I believe he's going to check in for either Mason Plumlee or Dozier. All right, guys. So Gordon Dragic cross-court pass to Kendrick Nunn. Sorry, that was Jay Crowder. And Crowder stepped back 3-pointer. So a 13-point lead. Miami is starting to extend this lead, but it's just still the third quarter, guys. We got a lot of basketball left. Mason Plumlee with the ball out on the wing. Gets the ball over to Troy Daniels. Troy Daniels for 3. And he can't respond. Oh, and they lost the ball. and the Heat gives the ball right back. They had 3 guys down for the rebound. Grant hustled down low, forces the Heat to bobble the ball out of bounds. So another chance for the Denver Nuggets. Now they may review this play, guys, because it looked like Grant may have hit the ball last, and nope, no review. So Denver Nuggets ball. Jeremy Grant, short jumper off the glass, can't hit. Jay Crowder comes down with the rebound. Here comes Gordon Dragic. Gordon Dragic dribbles right inside to Dozier for the easy layup. Gordon Dragic. Miami Heat extending this lead, 15-point lead by the Miami Heat. And Michael Porter Jr. steps back for the three-pointer, drains it. Nice shot by Michael Porter Jr., 75-87, down to 12 points. Here comes Gordon Dragic, top of the key. And Gordon Dragic, smart play. Dozier trying to move in between the Olynyk screen. And Gordon Dragic noticed that he was right up on him. So he just went up for the three-pointer, and guess what? Pulled the foul. So Gordon Dragic will go to the line for 3 shots, I believe. Foul on Dozier. And Gordon drains the first one. So that's 88 to 75, 13-point lead. Yeah, Gordon Dragic did have it good at the Suns, but I mean, he's definitely not going to start over here. So I think he's still a solid player, but he was good. He was good with the Suns too. So Morris, I think we have a foul on the floor. Morris just passed the ball over to Troy Daniels, but it was a whistle blown. I think it was a foul on Kelly Olynyk. So the Denver Nuggets will take the ball out. 89-75, guys. 1:21 left in the third. Porter passes the ball into Morris. Morris, 17-footer, fouled on the shot by Gordon Dragic. So Morris will go to the line for 2. That was a bad foul by Gordon Dragic. No need to put his hands up. No need to even be aggressive on that. Christian said, yeah, from the last couple of years with the Heat players, they go into slumps. Yep. Yeah, like Hassan, yeah. Yep. But I was never really big on Hassan Whiteside. I was just talking about him. I think he's weak in the hole, too weak. He's too big and too long to be that weak in the hole. He's good on the defense with the blocks, but with like the offensive and defensive rebounds, and a lot of times he'll throw up this lazy layup when he should dunk. I'm like, dude, you barely have to jump 2 feet off the ground to get the ball in. So I just don't, maybe a foot off the ground. I don't like how weak he is in the hole. All right, so Hero for the long 3. He can't hit. Trying to take advantage of that lead. Here comes Troy Daniels, Monte Morris. Sorry, guys. Morris drives inside, gets the foul on Kelly Olynyk foul. So Morris will go to the line for 2. Dallas digging into that lead slowly but surely. Morris going to see if he can bring it down to 10 points. 57 seconds left in the third quarter. The refs letting some players get away with traveling. Well, that's been the case for years. And I'll tell you something, Chopstick. If you look at James Harden's step back shot, he always shuffles that off foot. He damn near travels every time. Go check it out in slow motion. He damn near travels every time, and they don't really call him for it. All right, guys. So here we go. Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler slashes right to the lane around Mason Plumlee, using Plumlee to guard out Jeremy Grant. So he basically nullified 2 defenders. Nice move by Jimmy Butler, 91-79. Monte Morris over to Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant to Porter Jr. Catch and shoot from the corner, but he can't hit the shot. Tyler Hero comes down with the ball. 5 seconds differential on the game clock and the shot clock. Jimmy Butler's going to slow it down, guys. 1 last shot for each team. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see what the Miami Heat do with theirs. Jimmy Butler slashes to the lane. Takes it right to Plumlee. Inside, but Butler can't hit. But it's a foul. Look like it's a foul on Mason Plumlee. So the Heat, Jimmy Butler will go to the line once again. Jimmy Butler to the line for 10 free throws. Butler's killing him. So, guys, is it going to be too much? Is it going to be too much for the Denver Nuggets? No Jamal Murray. No Gary Harris. Is this going to be too much of a blow? And I definitely had it close with Murray and them in there, but you take them out. And I knew that Denver had enough to compete. But, guys, this just shows you, too, what I was saying about Miami Heat. This is not just some slump team. People have to understand, I call them a dark horse for a reason. I think they could take the whole thing. They could go all the way through the East. They could beat every team. They have the potential to do that. And when you face a team like Denver Nuggets, who have two of their star players out, that's a huge advantage. I did believe the Nuggets had enough to compete, but when you say compete, does that mean win? Not necessarily. And that's where Andre Iguodala comes in, guys. Grant coming down the court full speed ahead. Andre Iguodala gets his hand in there and causes Grant to lose the ball off his thigh. That's what Andre does. Nice play by Andre. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Turnover by the Denver Nuggets. Miami will take the ball out. All right. Down the court, Jimmy Butler drives and gets the ball off. Jimmy Butler, coast to coast, 94-79. The Heat drives that lead right back up to 15 points going into the fourth quarter. So it's going to be interesting to see, without Jamal Murray, without Gary Harris, can the Denver Nuggets dig their way back into this game, make it interesting? Or will the Heat just continue to extend that lead and run away with this thing? 15 points is not the end of the day, but it's a comfortable spot for the Miami Heat to be going into the fourth quarter with. So we're going to see if they can hold on and close this game out, or if the Denver Nuggets have enough tenacity, heart, and depth to dig themselves back into the game and make this thing a shootout toward the end. Let's see what we get, guys, on a commercial break. So Christian says, we play feisty. That's when we win. Yeah. Yeah, man. I like them. I like them, Christian. I can give respect and props to all teams. This is why I don't have to be biased, guys. I am a New York Knicks fan. So there's no glory in my team. So I don't have to hate any team. I don't have to do any of that. I can give props to all of these teams that's good. And I really like Miami. New York Knicks, we're doomed for failure because of James, the Devil Dolan. Oh, boy, man. I always felt LeBron traveled. LeBron gets away with a lot of travels. But again, bro, it's not just LeBron. It's a lot of these guys, man. I've seen Giannis Antetokounmpo get away with extra steps, traveling into the lane because he's so long, and sometimes they can't tell if he only took 2 steps, because a lot of times Giannis will. He's so long, he takes like this gazelle hop, and he could get from right inside the 3-point line all the way to the lane with 2 of those like gazelle hops. So it's basically just 2 steps, which is allowed. And so the refs had to get used to that. But sometimes he'll take that extra step and they don't even see it, or they don't call it, or they're just accustomed to him getting down to the lane and they're not paying attention, right? So, yeah, a lot of these players, especially the star players, get away with these steps, man. That's for sure, these extra steps. Like I said, go analyze James Harden's step back. Oh, he gets away with it a lot. He travels a lot. Watch a lot of these guys down in the post. Good post plays and travels was called back in the day on these centers and power forwards because the post play was so prevalent. But now that these bigger guys are spreading the floor, stepping out, and the game has evolved more into a shooting style game, you look down in the post And these guys get away with moving that pivot foot all the time. So travels are missed all the time. But of course, fans are going to notice when the other guy does it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they do it every time, but I've seen it. Oh man, I say it happens all the time, bro. You get travels from every position all around in a lot of these games, and the refs will miss them, miss them, miss them, miss them. All right, guys, back to the NBA restart. Back in action. So Kelly Olynyk with the ball shoots the three, but it won't count. Whistle blown. See what we got here. It looks like a foul call on Tyler Hero. Nope, not a foul call on Tyler Hero. All right, Gordon Dragic with the ball on the wing, guys. Passes it over to None. All right, well, they talking on a damn interview with Mike Malone. All right, Mike Malone. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye now. All right, guys. 94-79. Just starting the first quarter, we got another whistle blown. Offensive foul. Looked like Mason Plumlee got the hook on Olynyk. So another turnover, or maybe that was Michael Porter Jr., but anyhow, another turnover by the Denver Nuggets. And I'll tell you this, that's not the way to work your way back into the game, starting off the fourth quarter with turnovers back to back. Nice feed inside by Gordon Dragic. Mason Plumlee, good hand inside. And a nice feed back to Mason Plumlee for the dunk, 81. Bobo back in the game. Nice pass by Bobo. You got two big men with the good eye. So Kelly Olynyk thinks twice, steps outside, turns around, throws it up, and scores right over the top of Bobo. Good move by Kelly Olynyk, 96-81. Here's Michael Porter Jr. Gives it off to Monte Morris over the top. Mismatch. Mason Plumlee on Jimmy Butler. Double team. And a still bad pass by Plumlee. Gordon Dragic all alone for the easy layup. 98-81. Miami Heat extended that lead, the biggest lead of the game. 17-point lead. Still 10 minutes left. Here's Monte Morris. Joker's out the game right now, guys. Monte Morris stops, pops, drains it. 83-98. Gordon Dragic bringing the ball back down the other way. Passes it to Jimmy Butler. Good feed inside to Kelly Olynyk. Great bounce pass. And guys, the Denver Nuggets, Mike Malone has to talk about it. Timeout. So back on a commercial break. Bobo comes back in the game. Starts off with a beautiful pass. Wow. What a pass. What a pass by Bobo. All right, guys. Chopsticks say when I play pickup and do jump shot like Allen Iverson used to do, people try to tell me that's a travel. Hey, man, you know, they used to try to tell Allen Iverson it was a travel. But the man with the shirt call it a travel. That's the thing, you know. That's the problem with pickup games. Everybody want to be the ref. You know what I mean? Chopstick. Well, in the NBA, you got to rely on that man to call it. So they didn't call Allen Iverson for it, but on the pickup game, they're going to call you for it. You know, a lot of the dribbles are carries, but the ref don't call it. A lot of carries don't get called. Once you put that hand under that ball, it's a carry, and that happens all the time. Guys do it inadvertently, but the refs don't say anything. You know? The Euro step, nah, it's not. If you watch it, it's two steps, bro. It's just this with that Euro step, you're stepping at an angle, but it's two different angles. Sort of like it works sort of like how a crossover works. You know what I mean? So if you're coming down and you're driving to the lane, generally people say, okay, he's going to drive to the left or he's going to drive to the right. That was the traditional way to defend someone driving down. Remember, the Euro step was inserted in to basketball from international play. So when Americans in the NBA was running the sports and no one was even close, before the Dream Team days and the world didn't step up in basketball, there was no Euro step. It was to defend the guy driving to the left or defend the guy driving to the right. So the Euro step, as far as driving to the lane, sort of works like your crossover when you're trying to get to the lane. It causes a guy that shifts his weight to one side. It puts him off balance and he can't recover and get back to the other side. So it's like a fake, just like the crossover. You fake like you go on the one side, but you cross it over and you go to the other side. The Euro step works the same way down in the post on the drive. And that's why it's so effective. However, it is only 2 steps. They're just stepping at an angle. They're stepping out, and then they're stepping back in, or vice versa. They're stepping in and they step back out. And it just throws the defenders off because they can't turn their hips quick enough to plant their feet and get up for the jump. So either you just keep your hands down, or if you put it up, you risk fouling every time because you're off balance and you can't plant your feet. Now, if it's somebody that's extremely tall, like a Bobo or Hassan Whiteside or something like that, they may be able to recover, Giannis Antetokounmpo, but outside of that, it just throws the players off. So, all right, guys, back to the game. 183, 17-point lead. Mason Plumlee with the ball. Michael Porter Jr. puts up a 3-pointer. He can't hit, and rebounded by Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero drives down into the lane, shoots it to the corner, back inside to Olynyk. Out to Kendrick Nunn. Sorry, that's Iguodala. Over to Hero. Olynyk inside to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler once again finds his way back to the free throw line, and another and one. So it's a 19-point lead, and things are looking really grim for the Denver Nuggets, guys. It may seem, it does appear that the loss of Jamal Murray and Gary Harris may be just a little too much for this team. So Jimmy Butler converts on a 3-point play to make it a 20-point lead by the Miami Heat. It is officially a blowout at this point. Let's see what the Denver Nuggets can do about that. So Mason Plumlee with the ball, passes it to Michael Porter Jr. Bobo with the ball. Step back 3 by Bobo. And nice behind the back, no look pass by Mason Plumlee to find Michael Porter Jr. down low for the easy dunk. 85-103. Here comes Jimmy Butler on the wing. Torrey Craig on the defense. Passes it down low to Jokic. And back to Jimmy Butler. Outside to Bam Adebayo. Sorry about that. That's Iguodala. Olynyk fakes the 3. Drives inside. Kicks it out to Hero. Hero inside the Butler. Good ball movement, but too much ball movement. Shot clock violation. Good defense by the Denver Nuggets on that one. That was nice defense. Really nice defense. And that pass, man, it's been some really nice passes, guys, in this game. Bobo with that skip pass just inside. And then you just had the behind the back no look pass by Mason Plumlee. All right. Paul Millsap checks into the game. And Monte Morris up with the jump hook, fouled by Tyler Hero. So Monte Morris will head to the line. And that's the way you got to start if you're going to dig into this league. You're going to have to start to do something. So Sunday schedule, they got the Sacramento Kings playing the Dallas Mavericks. Oh, I'm sorry, the Orlando Magic. So Monte Morris drains him. 87-103, 8 minutes and 30 seconds left, guys. So they cut into that lead just a bit. Dragic with the ball at the top of the key, dribbles around the Olynyk screen, stops, pops, And soft touch, can't get it. Olynyk fighting for the rebound, but secured by Millsap. He'll get it forward to Michael Porter Jr. Back over to Millsap. Millsap drives down in the lane. Can't hit. Jokic comes down with the rebound. Full speed ahead. Shoots it down to Hero for three. Right off the front of the rim. Hero can't hit. And Millsap inside to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. Offensive foul. Kelly Olynyk got those feet planted. Gotta watch where you're going there, young man. Another turnover. Yet another turnover by the Denver Nuggets. Great defense by Kelly Olynyk to get his feet planted. Jeff Van Gundy thinks that's a bad call. He said he thinks Kelly Olynyk slid out. But good acting job, however. I won't argue with the coach, Jeff Van Gundy. All right, guys. So Olynyk with the ball. Gives it to Jokic. Jokic, step back three-pointer, but a whistle blown before that. Moving screen on Kelly Olynyk. So a turnover by the Miami Heat. They're going to give the Denver Nuggets a chance to dig into that score a little bit, guys. 87-103. All right, Monte Morris with the ball up top. Passes it to Millsap on the wing. Millsap over the top to Joker. Back to Millsap. Millsap inside for the easy layup. Nice eyes by Joker there again. Easy pass inside. And Spo is going to call a timeout. He said, hold on, guys. You're letting them back in this game. We need to talk about this. So the Denver Nuggets find a way to bring this down to a 14-point lead, guys. Still plenty time left in the game. Denver Nuggets trying to strike back. Back on commercial break. All right, so Melo will also jump stop before layup. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the jump stop is another one of those plays. Like Zion Williamson right now, Chopstick. If you watch Zion Williamson, he has this like skip jump inside when he gets the ball down low. It looks like it could be a travel, but it's not. He kind of skips on that foot, and they get right back up real quick. So, but that is one foot that it appears, would be the travel, but it's not. It's planted, actually. It's just like a skip, and then they hop up off of both feet simultaneously. So, again, it's tough. That's why it's tough for these referees, people get mad. That wasn't a travel, but we get to see these things in slow motion and get to review it. The referees, they have split seconds, and they have to make the call right then and there. So it's really tough, really tough. Chopstick said the ones who do it right do steps like Ginobili, Rondo, Wade. Yeah, for sure. But come on, let's be fair. Let's not forget about the Pedro Stojakovic, the Vlade Divas, the guys like that, that I'm not saying invented the Euro step, but at some levels they brought it to the NBA and they've mastered it. They had it perfect. You know what I mean, Chopstick? I just step out a few seconds and I see Miami is up 18 points. Yeah, man, Miami went on a tear. Not Dallas. The Nuggets went kind of cold, and Miami went hot. So you know what happens when and the Denver Nuggets were turning the ball over. Miami was capitalizing off of that. Jimmy Butler found his way to the free throw line 3 times, and 2 of them was and ones, and he converted both times. So that's 8 points right there. Brandon, like Jimmy Butler's been putting in work, and these are some long commercials, man. I swear. All right, never mind the previous comment. One thing I noticed that Miami goes on scoring droughts, which helps the opposition get back in the game. Yeah, and right now it appears that the Denver Nuggets are trying to turn over this momentum. They just dug into that 20-point lead by 6 points, so it's down to 14. So we're going to see what happens here. But they were at a 20-point deficit, though, Brandon. So, All right, guys. So here comes Gordon Dragic. We're back in action. Gordon Dragic, top of the key. Morris on the defense. Jimmy Butler. Back to Gordon Dragic. Back to Butler. Butler. Inside to, who is that there? That's Bam Adebayo checked in. They keep doing that to me, guys. Different guys check in when we come off the break. So Bam Adebayo fouled. He'll go to the line. 14-point lead. Bam Adebayo is going to try to increase that. Bam Adebayo with 19 points thus far. Solid game. Drains the first free throw. So that's 20 points for Bam Adebayo. 104-89. 7 minutes, 16 seconds left in the game. Jamal Murray looks on from the side, wishing he was in there to play with his team. Bam Adebayo drains the second free throw. So they extend that lead to 16 points. Here comes Torrey Craig, passes it to Paul Millsap, over to Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant tried to get it to Jokic, good defense. Ball to Jokic anyway. Jokic stepped back for the three, off the front of the rim. He can't hit. Bam Adebayo with another rebound. Kicks the ball to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler out on the wing. Over to Robinson. Back to Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler directing traffic. And Jeremy Grant. Oh, no. Actually, Bam Adebayo called for the hook. So offensive foul, turnover by the Miami Heat. All right, so Jokic passed the ball into Morris. Morris will bring it across court. Morris with the crossover, pulls up for the jump shot, but can't hit. Jay Crowder down with the rebound. Has it off to Dragic. Dragic will bring the ball across the court. Drives down into the lane. Pass inside to Bam Adebayo, who gets fouled. So Bam Adebayo back to the line again, guys. And he's been pretty good from the line. As a matter of fact, the whole Miami team has been shooting pretty good from the line. So not only are they building up that penalty, but they're putting those guys on the line while they're doing it. So it's about to be free shots coming with this team shooting from the line as good as they are. And Bam Adebayo drains the first one, 106-118. Slowly but surely, that lead is heading right back up to 20 points. The Denver Nuggets going to have to do something. One, stop fouling and put some points in the basket. So Bam Adebayo misses the second free throw. Joker picks up the rebound. Passes the ball off to Morris. Back to Joker. Joker one-on-one with Bam. Joker back over to Morris. Morris over to Grant. Grant drives down in the lane. Grant goes up hard. Gets the score. Gets to the line. Grant potential three-point play. 91-106, 15-point game. Grant going to see if he can bring this back to 14. Nice move by Grant. Very athletic. The son of twins, Harvey and Horace Grant, used to play for the Bulls and Orlando Magic back in the 90s. Fun fact. Or actually, son and nephew. One's the dad, one's the uncle, of course. All right, so Jokic drives down into the lane. Easy layup. Oh, that was Duncan Robinson, actually, right over Mason Plumlee. Right over Nikola Jokic. So nice move by Duncan Robinson. Paul Millsap, turnaround jumper, can't hit. Good rebound by Jeremy Grant. Gets it over to Craig for the three. Craig can't hit the three. Kelly Olynyk comes down with the rebound this time. 16-point lead. Here comes Gordon Dragic. Top of the key. Dribbles around the Adebayo screen. Can't find Adebayo. Gets stuck up by Jokic down low. Kelly Olynyk for three in the bottom of the net. Kelly Olynyk feeling it. 111-92. The Miami Heat extend that lead again. Here comes Morris. Morris shoots it to Jokic. Back to Morris. Over to Grant for his own three. And Grant, bottom of the net. One right back at you, sir. 95-111. Right under 5 minutes, guys. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game. Gordon Dragic driving down into the lane. Kicks it back out to Olynyk for another three. And Kelly Olynyk on fire. Three right back at you, sir. 114-95. You can't have a shootout here, Denver. Y'all got to get some stops. You can't have a shootout. So, whistle blown. Wow, whistle blown right before the shot. But guess what? Right out of the corner, Jeremy Grant drains another three. So, he would have shot a three right back at him. But I believe that whistle was blown before he got the shot off. So no basket, no cigar, but it is the Denver Nuggets ball. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Paul Millsap with the ball, passes it to Jokic. Jokic with Adebayo on the defense. Over to Morris. Morris drives inside. Out to Millsap on the wing. Millsap for three. Millsap can't hit. Adebayo another rebound. Gives it to Dragic. Dragic, Olynyk for another long three from way back. And Kelly Olynyk drains it. 22-point lead, guys. So, again, for the third time we say this, largest lead of the game, 22 points. Kelly Olynyk on fire. Three-pointers back to back to back. Miami, 22 points up. On a commercial break, guys. So Chopstick says Pager. Oh, yeah, Pager Stojakovic. Yeah, man, he was a beast. Chopsticks, I thought you was a little young there. What you know about Pager Stojakovic, my man? Good call, though. Pager Stojakovic was nice. Great three-point shooter. He probably one of the best turnaround three-point shooters the league has ever seen, and that's something big to say with all of these big shots. But Peja Stojakovic had the knack to do that. I say one of the greatest, because the greatest, in my opinion, would go to the great Larry Bird. The best turnaround three-point shooter you probably ever see that graced basketball. If you don't believe me, go watch some footage. Go watch Larry Bird. Watch how easy he made that turnaround three-point shot look. Larry Bird, such a beast. Denver needs to stop jacking up threes and go for easy baskets. Yeah. But at this point, I believe they feel it's hopeless. We got to catch up somehow. Kelly Olynyk, when he was on Gonzaga, I played the pick with him. Oh, yeah? Oh, Chopstick, you've been around a lot of those guys. He was the only 7-footer on the court, dunked on everyone like Shaq. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. All right, guys, here we go. So Porter passes the ball over to Jeremy Grant. 4 minutes on the game clock. Here goes Grant. Drives down inside, pulls back. Olynyk on the defense. Grant around Olynyk, goes back up with the right hand. Good score, good move, but still down by 20, guys. Here comes Gordon Dragic. Got Morris on the defense, passes it off to Duncan. Back over to Dragic. Dragic turnaround jumper on Morris, but gets fouled. So Dragic back to the line for 2 points. Yeah, man. So I believe that, again, my guy, Lewis Basketball Network, is going to be doing the Chris Paul OKC game. So if you guys want some more basketball action, jump over there to Lewis Sports Network. He's going to be on for the next game. And then tonight at 9 o'clock, I believe we are doing the 9 o'clock game. Lewis and I trying to bring you guys that basketball action. So y'all have basketball live with Lewis and D at 9 o'clock. I think it's going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, I think it's 8:30 maybe. Los Angeles Lakers versus the Toronto Raptors. Lewis and D Sports Network. We're going to bring y'all that action. All right, guys. So back in action. And they changed the lineup on us again here. Well, we got Gordon Dragic full speed ahead. Jones Jr. gets the ball, passes it to Olynyk, the hot man. Olynyk drives down inside, and Olynyk inside with the dunk. Olynyk is taking off at the end of this game, 120-97. You can't stop the man. All right, Troy Daniels with the three-pointer. off the front of the rim. Can't hit. Here comes Dragic back over to Olenek. Back to Dragic. Dragic back to Olenek. Dragic for three. Dragic can't hit. So Denver Nuggets guys have essentially give up. They've put their entire third string in the game. You have Noah Vonleh in the game right now. This is why I was like, I didn't know who they had on the game, but Noah Vonleh checked in, Bullo checked in, Troy Daniels checked in. So they have their third string guys in the game. They've pretty much conceded. No need to risk out first and second string guys because we still need to play in the playoffs. I think it's a smart move by the coaches, and it's safe to say that Miami is going to tear away with this game. No telling by how much. At this point, it doesn't matter because it's your third string team playing. But, good showing for the first three quarters, at least by the Denver Nuggets. And we got to realize, too, guys, again, they were without two of their star players. Of course, in basketball, 16 guys on your team, it's the next man up. So you can't really use that as any kind of excuse. However, it's going to be tough to compete with a top level team without two of your star players. I mean, you have Nikola Jokic, the number one player. Then you have Jamal Murray, the number two player, and he's out. And then you have Garrett Harris, which would probably be considered their number three guy, and he's out. So your number two and number three guy down is going to be hard to beat a team like Miami, guys, which I say, remember, Miami is a dark horse team. My man Champ Ross says Grant has really improved. Very impressive. Oh, yeah, for sure. And he's only going to get better because he's a young guy, man. He's a very young guy. What about Reggie Miller, one of the best shooters ever, for sure. This game is dead in the water. Yes, sir, Brandon. It's over with. Done. Heat smoking the Nugs. Yeah, man. What's up, G Money? Salute to you, my brother. He said Nugs without Barton. Oh, yeah, right. I didn't even mention Will Barton. Exactly. Great call out. Guys, I didn't even mention Will Barton the whole game. That's their fourth guy. Will Barton he's literally their fourth best player. So they have, three of their four best players are not in this game. You would really expect a 20-point spanking. And like I said, for the first three quarters, they competed pretty well. But you got to imagine with those three guys out of the rotation, and you have guys in there getting more minutes that's not used to playing that amount of minutes. Probably had guys gassing and some more stuff, man. And right now, the Heat look like they get ready to run the score up to about 30. Some high-scoring games we're going to see. I think a lot of that's going to drop down when we get to the playoffs. Teams are going to knuckle down on defense. Probably Kelly Olynyk is going off. And I guess they just letting him have his day. Another three-pointer by Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk has 20 points, guys. 20 points. He's shooting 8 of 11. Kelly Olynyk is on fire. Yep, 25-point lead, 100-25. Miami with the ball again, gets the ball stolen. Here comes Jeremy Grant, passes the ball down to Daniels. Daniels over to Vonleh inside for the dunk. 102, 125, 50 seconds left in the game. This is essentially over. I was just giving you guys a little wrap-up commentary. So, guys, again, man, good showing. The question to me was, could Denver squeeze a win in without their players? And again, good call out, G Money. I didn't even think about Will Barton, which is crazy, for them to have all three of those guys out. So, I would expect Miami to win this game, because I think Miami is a team that's going to cause a lot of problems going into that playoffs. A lot of problems for whoever they face. Trust and believe that. Yeah, Olenek is red hot, G Money. Hot as a firecracker. Those three set out so Miami could win. Nah, Jamal Murray tweaked his hamstring. Gary Harris has a back issue, and I don't even know what happened with Will Barton. But Jamal Murray definitely didn't sit out intentionally. That kid always wants to be on the floor. So, guys, this game is essentially over. Give you some end of the game stats. Miami shot 54% from the field, 44% from three-point land, and they shot 86.5% from the free throw. They were phenomenal from the free throw line. Jimmy Butler was getting to the free throw line damn near at will. They went 37 times they shot from the free throw line, 32 for 37. They control the offensive total rebounds, offensive defense is pretty close. The Denver Nuggets actually controlled the offensive boards, but it still didn't serve them well. 38-39 on that. And the assists, both teams were moving the ball around pretty well. 28-29, pretty even there. Even on the blocks, the steals were even. Actually 2-2, 7-7. The Denver Nuggets had more turnovers, which, you can attribute that. But at the end of the day, even with the fouls we have here, 50 to 50 points in the paint. So, like, a lot of the stats were close to equivalent. The Denver Nuggets shot horribly from the three-point line. That was a big factor. 8 for 35. You got to do better than 22%. And then they were struggling from the free throw line. They shot in the 70 percentile. So when you look at those factors, the high amount of turnovers and the fact that they were out three of their four best guys, you kind of see what you'll get here, a 20-point blowout, basically. But yeah, good game. It appeared at one point it would be a shootout, but Miami started to pull away and they never looked back. Heat are a tough team because they have 3-point shooting defense and personnel right there, Gideon. They're a deep team. Depth is going to win you a championship or at least get you there, The Heat were aggressive going in the paint and the Nuggets just weren't disciplined. Well, again, Gideon, G-Money, don't be overcritical, bro. Come on now. Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, Will Barton. That's literally three of their best guys off the court. It's just like I say about the Toronto victory. Yeah, you got to give Toronto all the credit. But with Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, two of their best three players, and DeMarcus Cousins, Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, both playing injured. I mean, we got to account for injuries. We can't use them as an excuse, but I think that game would not have been a 20-point routing if you have Jamal Murray, Gary Harris, and Will Barton reinserted into that thing there. So, but I think the Miami Heat, all shout outs to them, much respect to the Miami Heat. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to spank the Denver Nuggets. If you're going to be looked at as one of the upper echelon teams, and this Denver Nugget team who's looked at as such comes in there and think that you're going to compete with us without three of your four best stars, I think that the Miami Heat was supposed to spank them like that to make their own statement. So good showing by the Miami Heat. Great game, guys. I appreciate all you guys coming out here and kicking it with me for this game. All they had to do is put up their focus on Jokic with 3 out. Well, yeah. I mean, they did a great job. Solid defense, solid offense. I disagree, D. Raps injuries too. Kawhi, Lowry, Spicy P, Ibaka. Yeah, but they were in the game, Gideon. Come on, fam. You talking about they were injured, but they played. They won the championship. Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson were out. It's a difference from playing injured to not being present. How you gonna compare that? They were not on the floor. Remember when Kevin Durant came on the floor for 18 seconds or whatever, man, he had like 11 points, dude. Imagine if he's on the floor for the whole time. I don't know. Chain TC, what's up with you guys? Also, OG was on the Raps. Best 3D guys. Yeah, man. I think the Warriors smashed the Raptors with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson on the floor. I'm gonna just say that. They have Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson because Steph Curry had to work overdrive. That's another thing. Steph Curry was already injured and he had to work overdrive. So now essentially you putting everything on Steph Curry's shoulders without his two best guys there. Come on, man. We got to be realistic. And he was playing on bruised up ankles. Nah, bro. You take the load off of Steph Curry with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson being there. That's the first thing. You take the load off of Steph Curry. It's no way, bro. You cannot just discount that. Those Raptors don't beat that Golden State team with those three guys there. Kevin Durant was clearly the best player in the league. Kawhi was playing well, but who was considered the best player in the league? Kevin Durant, bro. It wasn't Kawhi. So you're talking the best player in the league not on the floor. And then the third best player on the team not on the floor. Klay Thompson's no slouch. He's one of the top 5 two-way players in the game today. I mean, you got Giannis, you got Paul George, you got Kawhi Leonard. You could argue Klay Thompson with anyone else, two-way player. And you're missing all of this. Phenomenal three-pointer. Has the ability to go on a 50-point tear, Klay Thompson. You're missing all of this, plus KD. G-Money, be serious. Be serious. No way. I didn't have the Warriors winning without Durant. No way. I didn't either. No, it wasn't the only reason. It was the three of them. It was the unit. Yeah, I don't know, G Money. I think you're one of the very few who actually believe that. KD and Klay in there, and you say they're gonna beat them anyway? I doubt that. All right, guys. Man, hockey. Let me see. Let me try this. Simbarshe Mahachi. Mac. What's up, Mac? Appreciate you coming through at the end of the game. All right, guys. So the OKC Utah game started. My man, Lewis Sports Network, punch it in. I'm pretty sure he's doing this game. I appreciate all you guys coming out to kick it with me. Great game, great win by the Miami Heat. Y'all know how I always in this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.